Rats and dope addicts are here.
Well, isn't that just precious?
It is.
I couldn't think of another song by them either.
We have two.
What's the other one?
Oblivious.
Which sounds almost exactly like
I don't remember.
I mean, dig it up here.
It sounds almost identical to that.
You know, there weren't a lot of choices today. But, you know, you did miss a Queensryche.
Oh, Gina.
Well, I saw that, but I wasn't even going to try to talk Carrie into that.
And it was Tommy Ramone's birthday today.
Oh, well, now see that.
There's backup. You could always have a Ramone. Isn't it always a Ramone's birthday?
You know, it was like the Three Stooges. You know, there was always a stooge in the wings. Yeah. But you know whose birthday it was today, Carrie? Not a lot of people know this guy. And let's see if you know his nickname. Dick Manitoba.
Handsome Dick Manitoba.
Very good.
Yes.
Handsome Dick
Was
Manitoba.
he handsome? Now I have to look him up.
Not handsome.
No, not at all. That's why they called him Handsome Dick Manitoba of the
Ironic.
Dictators.
Yeah, the
Still
Dictators.
alive, I believe.
Yes.
Still does a show on the weekends on, what's his name's, satellite channel on Little Steven's satellite. Handsome Dick Manitoba of the Dictators, kind of an early punk band.
Yes.
And it's his birthday today.
You know who else's birthday?
Well,
no, not the on this day, but there's one more that we could have done,
Who?
Carrie.
Who?
Erlene Mandrell.
Oh, well, Erlene didn't quite.
She was the
sister.
She was
the one that I had a crush
No,
on?
you had a crush on Louise. I
Louise
guarantee
Mandrell.
it was Louise.
Okay.
Because
Who was
Erlene was the dumb one.
I'm Erlene.
But it was the brunette.
Was Louise.
Was Louise.
Yeah.
She was the one that I thought was hot.
I don't know how. I couldn't even identify Barbara.
Listen, there was a poster at KNEU in Roosevelt when I was working out there in the middle of a
Country station.
Yeah, country station, daytimer, and there was a poster of the Mandrell sisters in the production room. And Louise, her fabulous looks, got me through many a long day.
You might be able to show me a picture of Barbara Mandrell, and I might be able to go.
You might recognize Barbara. She was a pretty big star for a while.
I might be able to.
But
So anyway, that song because
on this day.
Yeah.
On this day, let's see,
Roddy.
Aztec Camera was born.
Roddy Frame.
Yeah. See, this sounds exactly like
Oblivious,
him.
huh?
Yeah.
No, it's different.
It's pretty close.
A little.
No. The other one is Walk Out to Winter. They swear I'll be there.
See, that goes along with.
Walk out to winter.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, I remember this now.
It's harmless.
Yeah, it's and if
precious.
you enjoy this kind of stuff, be sure to check out our X96 Classic channel on HD2.
Yeah.
It's also online at x96.com.
I now have a car that has HD in it,
Oh,
but I don't know how to do it.
let me see what's playing on the HD channel right now. Shall we?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
That's good.
Yeah. So you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that.
Why? Because then you want to hear that?
Well, no, because I mean, this is the Radio from Hell show on X96, but there are enough people who go,
Oh.
well, maybe I'll listen to that instead of Radio from Hell.
Yeah, that's true.
No, but see, you can get that anytime.
Yeah, you
You
listen
can only
later.
get Radio from Hell 6 to 10 Monday through Friday. That's us right now. I don't know why you're going to bother, though.
Why?
Well-
Because we're tired?
Well, and because the show we had planned, the show we were told we were going to have planned yesterday did not materialize.
Well, I lobbied for us to take the day off, but then I heard that, Amy Donaldson's coming in,
Yeah.
and Bill Frost is coming in.
So we should come in
So we
because
should
they're all
come
planned.
in.
And then Richie comes in today and says, well, Amy's not coming and Bill's not
yeah.
coming. But here we are.
Because we wanted to talk with both of them about Super Bowl. Because that's what, Sunday?
Yeah.
And but both of them bailed.
So they got the day off.
Yeah.
Well,
Here we are.
I'm sure they're at their
Their
real jobs.
where they don't get paid for this.
All right, so I guess we'll have to do a show. And please, because we're here, why don't you support us? Why don't you check in at 877-602-9696?
Let us know we're not doing this just for ourselves.
Yeah, and we're not just flapping our gums in the breeze. 877-602-9696. Check in with the Radio from Hell show. We don't even have a prize for you, but just support us and tell us in 3 words or less, how would you like to be remembered?
Oh, Daddy Tom says we should go home.
Really?
He said, call it quits. We're
I
here
think he
already.
means our careers.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what he's
just
saying.
be
He's not talking
done?
about
Hang it
just
up.
today. He's
Hanging up. Even Grant Nielsen is on the radio
I heard
today.
that this morning.
Yeah. Did you hear Grant Nielsen today? He said, "It's Grant. Hi, I'm Grant in for Brian. He's a little under the weather today." No, he said, "I'm Grant Nielsen in for Brian today. He's a little under the weather with Amanda Dixon."
I think there's more to that sentence.
Or you would need to move the words around a little bit.
No, I think he's actually saying
He's under the weather with Amanda.
I think
They're-
maybe new Grant.
Grant Nielsen in for Brian. He's a little under the weather today with Amanda Dixon.
I think.
wait a minute.
I think new Grant and Amanda may not be.
Anyway, let's check-ins, 877-602-9696. How would you like to be remembered?
All right. All that and more on the way. Stand by. Well, we got some some Sundance interviews we can throw at you. But we got all kinds of things happening. Also, Dylan is an old person, apparently. We need to talk about that. Quip, getquip.com/x96 is the place where you can order your brand new electric toothbrush. And I like mine a whole lot, but you know who really likes theirs?
Who?
My wife.
Oh, well, she was just traveling, wasn't she?
Yeah, she took it with her. Easy to travel with. She just came back from Arizona. You got to see the baby. Went back from Arizona back and had no problem because it's so compact and it's in this little container. You need to go online and take a look at what I'm talking about here. It's terrific. And she said that she's thrown out. I kept our expensive electric toothbrush just in case, because you're trying a new product. And she says, no, we're throwing those out. We're getting rid of them. They got to go. Sensitive sonic vibrations, an effective clean, gentle on your sensitive gums because you don't want to. These other, they brush so hard that you're taking your enamel off, and that's never good. The multi-use cover works as a stand, mounts to mirrors, slides over your bristles so you can pack and protect your Quip on the go. And I just got the brush head refill yesterday, every 3 months for only $5. Friendly reminder, it's time to refresh and stay committed to your oral health. One of the many, many reasons that I love Quip and why over 1 million happy, healthy mouths do as well. Quip starts at just $25, and if you go to getquip.com/x96 right now, you can get your first refill pack for free. That's your first refill pack for free at getquip.com/x96. Be sure to do the /x96 so that you get the deal and that we get the credit. Thank you.
Here at X96, we're not going to pretend that we're the smartest people in the room.
Sturdy. Spell it with me now. S-T-U-R-D-Y. And now we'll use it in a little bit of dialogue, starring as our Utah friends LeVar and LeGrand. The scene takes place in LeGrand's family room as this conversation ensues. Again, the word is sturdy.
A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Well, that does it. Took a lot of work to get the old family room ready for Christmas, but there's still one very important thing I got to do, LeVar, to make sure Christmas goes off without a hitch.
Well, what could you have possibly left out, LeGrand? I mean, the whole room looks like it jumped out of Good Housekeeping's Christmas issue.
Thanks.
I mean, the tree is up and beautifully decorated. There's mistletoe and holly wreaths in all the right places.
Don't stand under that mistletoe.
Oh, all right. And the stockings are hung by the chimbley with care.
Yeah.
What possibly could you have left out?
Well, just come on over here by the fireplace, LeVar. Come and take a good look inside the fireplace and tell me what you see.
Looks like an ordinary chimbley to me.
Look at all that soot. If I don't do something about all that soot, Sandy will pass us by this year.
I don't follow what you're saying.
Well, sturdy. The fireplace sturdy. That soot's nearly a half-inch thick.
Well, that's what happens with all the smoke. The chimbley gets sturdy.
Well, you know how particular and health-smart Sandy is.
Yeah.
Sandy won't come down any chimbley sturdy.
Me too. I feel the same way that Santa does.
Huh?
I mean, me neither. I won't come down a chimbley sturdy neither. That's funny.
You playing Sandy somewhere here in town, LeVar? I can't imagine you as a Santa Claus.
Oh, I'm a great Santa, LeGrand. I got a big bag of goodies, if you know what I mean.
No.
A big bag to stuff down the chimbley. But only if it's clean.
I better call someone to come over and clean this year chimbley, or Sandy won't come.
Stop it! You're killing me.
What?
Who are you gonna call? You gonna
well-
call one of them doctors that specializes in chimbleys? Maybe he could prescribe a shot of penicillin to clean it out.
No, I'm just gonna call a chimbley sweep. He'll bring a big long brush and then climb up on top and shove it down the flue.
Well, that sounds painful.
You know, LeVar, sometimes you really puzzle me.
Shove it down the flue.
877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
Well, there's all the info you need to check in.
And I was just about to say, well, let's go home, because no one had called to check in at 877-602-9696. But Will is on the line.
Will saved it.
Will is on the line to check in. 877-602-9696, and he's going to tell us in 3 words or less how he would like to be remembered. But let's first officially begin the program. Is there a sponsor for that, Gina?
No.
Okay, that's it. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I mean, really.
I mean, come on. Really? If you'd like to sponsor the opening of the Radio from Hell show, would you please contact our sales department?
Yeah.
The number is 801-524-2600. Ask to speak to the sales manager, Michael Lund. That's my Klund. All right. The moon is a waning crescent moon. It is 33.0% of full. The moon will set today at 12:59 p.m., today being Tuesday. It's the 29th day of January in the year of our Lord 2019, and this is North America's most ladylike radio broadcast.
I would agree with that.
It's the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi. The senior executive producer of the Radio from Hell show is Richie T. Stedman. Dylan Allred, no relation, is producing video for the show that you can see at x96.com/live. And we have an intern of some sort. I saw a white-headed person.
I believe that's Parker.
Is that Parker?
Yeah.
Parker
Is helping with the show today.
See, I didn't recognize him because it's the first time I've seen his blonde hair.
He usually has a hat.
Usually has a hat.
I just saw the back of his head, and he has white hair, doesn't he?
I saw the hair and I went,
Blonde.
Who is
He's not
that?
white. He's
Let's see.
just blonde.
That's a towhead. Almost a towhead right there. So on with the program now with check-ins. Let's just move on from this unpleasantness.
All right.
We now are official. Let's do the check-ins. Is there a sponsor for that?
Bill,
What?
I don't know what you want from.
I want sponsors. I want money.
We'll have to wait.
All right.
So far, we're getting nothing for this show.
Nothing.
Well, they need to know what their directive is this morning.
877-602-9696 is the number to call, as Will has done. And in 3 words or less, tell us, when the end has come, how would you like to be remembered?
All right. Will.
Always helping out.
Always helping out.
That's Will.
Will is a helpful person, I guess.
Do you help people, Will?
I don't have much, but whenever I've got something, I always try and help somebody out.
Oh,
with
that's
it.
nice.
Just ask bus driver Allison.
Oh.
Okay.
So Will, it's right there in his name. He is always willing to lend a hand. Thank you, Will.
And
Go.
just a quick update.
Yeah.
My brother loved the car show earlier this month.
Your
You
phone
guys
broke.
gave me some tickets.
Oh, the car show.
Oh,
Okay.
okay,
Your,
great.
your phone broke up when you said car show, and so we didn't.
Did he buy a car?
Oh. No. We ran into one of the vendors, and he does the Bonneville salt flat events.
Oh, okay.
And we were thinking about starting to go.
Well, your
first,
phone's breaking up.
I'd like you to invest in a phone.
Yeah,
Will.
if there's a phone show somewhere, then we'll give you tickets for that.
Thanks,
All right,
Will.
see you,
Thanks,
Will.
Will.
Bye-bye.
So 877-602-9696. If you have a mind to do that, tell us in 3 words or less how you would like to be remembered.
Chat room. For being forgotten.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Oh, here's a good one from a texter. In song.
Oh.
Someone write a song. Has anyone ever written a song about you, Gina?
No, not that I know of.
The
Maybe.
mean kids in grade school wrote one about me.
Oh, no.
Do you remember it?
Yes,
Would you?
because you don't forget stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess.
That's burned into your psyche.
Will you do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Carry the ferry, the big fat blueberry.
Oh, yeah, I remember you've told
Oh.
that. Yeah, you've told us that before. Yeah.
Carrie, you're living better than any
I
of them.
am. Oh, I know. Thanks to Facebook, I know. They're all old people for some reason. I don't
How did
understand.
that happen?
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's see. Texter, amazing person all around.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Everyone will miss hanging out with me. Bus driver Allison. Meg the manager. Lot less unhappy.
Oh, come on, Meg. Cheer up.
You're all right, Meg. Carrie, the coordinator of perfection.
I remember Carrie. She coordinated everything.
Tried Jackie.
Hi, Jackie.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, Jackie, how would you like to be remembered?
Badass.
Bad. She didn't even need 3 words. She's such a badass. It's just 2 words.
That Jackie was such a badass. You remember that time that Jackie? She was a badass.
Just like that.
Are you in fact a badass, Jackie?
I am. I would say so. My tattoo artist, the first time I got a tattoo, he was like, "You're officially a badass." So I'm going to take his word for it.
Well, it's because she had the words badass tattooed on her.
Right on the forehead.
All right.
Thanks, Jackie.
Everyone knows.
Thank you. All right. Tyler checking in.
Tyler, hi.
Hey, good morning, lords and ladies.
Good morning.
How would you like to be remembered?
Really bad gas.
Bad gas.
Everywhere
Why would
he goes.
you like to be remembered for that?
I have a goal. I have made my sister-in-law throw up. I've made my daughter cry, and I've made people evacuate the house.
That's a conscious choice of you.
Well,
I mean, it's something. Can anyone else?
Tyler, when they said to you, it's important to have goals.
well,
I don't know if this is what they had.
well, we all have to find what we're good at, and this is what Tyler's apparently.
What's your thing? This is Tyler's thing.
All right.
so-
Congratulations, Tyler.
Thank you.
I can smell you right now. Let's see, Stephanie Peterson made a difference. I predict that will come true, Stephanie.
Made a difference.
Let's see. She was nice. Teacher Emily.
She was nice.
Made us laugh.
Good. That would be good.
Hated hearing Bill eat is how he wants to be remembered. This texter every morning at this time. They need to let you know that they don't like to hear you eat.
Tough stuff, sir or madam.
Crash northbound Bangor Highway 20th South in Salt Lake. Right shoulder affected there, but that's the only issue I'm seeing so far this morning. If you're seeing an issue, share it with the rest of the class. Text it to us, 33986.
I like Lindsay. If not a fun person, then a fun drunk.
Yeah, there you go.
Who's a fun drunk?
All right, we got big boy news coming up next. Stand by for that. Diamonds Direct.
Yeah, Diamonds Direct. Something incredible from Diamonds Direct. This is we're coming up on Valentine's Day, and special limited time finance offer from Diamonds Direct, so that you can go really big for Valentine's Day. Mark your calendar. It's February 4th through the 14th. This special days, you can get 5 years, 0 interest financing on any purchase at Diamonds Direct. So let's say it again. 0 interest for 5 years on any purchase with no money down. That's an amazing
I don't know
thing.
how they do that. That's amazing.
Well, they just want you to be able to get whatever you want at Diamonds Direct. So a $3,000 pair of diamond earrings, just $50 a month. $5,000 diamond and sapphire bracelet, $85 a month. That's
totally doable.
A $7,000 designer engagement ring, less than $120 a month at Diamonds Direct. Their inventory has been expanded. Earrings, pendants, bracelets, all of that stuff. And yes, engagement rings, certified diamonds included. Everything. Diamonds Direct. Valentine's celebration. It's happening at Diamonds Direct. That's February 4th through the 14th. Only at Diamonds Direct on approved credit. 6400 South across from Fashion Place Mall.
When Carrie, Bill, and Gina run out of things to bitch about.
You notice that he didn't have a joke.
No, that was
He
just...
didn't need a joke.
No.
Because I read that tweet yesterday, and I thought it was a parody account.
Nope.
No, that was a real tweet
Yeah.
from the president. All right. Let's see. Big boy news and Opinioendo now. Brought to you by...
The Zerorez winter sale is on this week. 3 days only to get your home Zerorez-ified for just $28 per room. Minimums apply. Offer valid for rooms of carpet or tile. $28 per room. Sale ends Wednesday. Schedule your cleaning with Zerorez today.
Well, we saw him from a distance. We were lucky to see him at all. Walton Goggins. He is you'd know him if you saw him. He's been in a lot of stuff over the last few years. An actor. He's up at Sundance right now. He was in Sons of Anarchy. He was in The Shield.
He was a bad guy in Ant-Man and the Wasp this year.
Yeah, he was the villain there, right? And
he's got the teeth. That's how you recognize him.
now my favorite thing. Now he was in Justified.
Justified is what I loved.
My favorite thing that he did was when he was in Sons of Anarchy. He played I guess a transvestite. He was a man who had undergone a sex change, or he had these enormous breasts, and he was terrific. Whatever he does, he's terrific. He's always kind of over the top. His worst fears came true, he said in an interview up at Sundance. While he was filming his latest movie called Them That Follow, which I guess is the one that's at Sundance.
Okay.
He was bitten by a snake.
That's one of my worst fears.
He's very much afraid of snakes.
Wow.
The movie, premiered at Sundance. Goggins explained that he has a constant fear of snakes. However, the film required the actors to film a scene with snakes in their hands. And to get over his fear, Goggins just put himself in the mindset of his character, Lemuel. At first, everything was going pretty well, he said, but after 12 hours into working on the scene, Goggins got very tired and popped out of his imaginary state, his state of a man who is not afraid of snakes and handles them. So he said that's how he does it. He said, okay, this guy's not afraid of snakes, so I can't be. And he said, but I popped out of that. I was really tired, and my fear came back. And the moment my fear came back, the snake, he says, I think the snake realized it. This guy's afraid of me. And he bit me. As soon as I picked it up, he said, oh my God, it's a snake. And the snake went, damn it, and bit me.
I don't know why this reminded me of this, but I read this interview with William H. Macy, who talked about how he picks the projects he's in. Mm-hmm. He said, when I started my career, I used to ask myself, what does the script have to do with the human condition? He said, about halfway through my career, I started to ask, well, how much will I get paid? And he said, now all I ask is, do I have to get wet?
Do you have a...
Which I would add to that, do I have to hold a snake? Because if I have to hold a snake, I'm not...
I would say, do I have to get naked?
Do I have to get wet? I just really don't want to get wet.
If you have an iPhone and if you use FaceTime, stop. Don't do it. And if you have a FaceTime, take it off your phone. Newly discovered bug in FaceTime allows people to listen to the audio of a person that they are calling before the person ever accepts or rejects the call. FaceTime is a video chat app developed by Apple, supported on iOS devices and Mac computers. It's believed that the bug impacts any device running iOS 12.1 or later. The bug can be reproduced by starting a FaceTime call, swiping up from the bottom, and clicking Add Person and adding your own phone number to the conversation. FaceTime then allows you to hear audio from the other person's device, even if they have not accepted the call.
That is creepy.
The bug, apparently discovered on Monday, has been spreading on social media. On Monday, Apple said the issue will be addressed in software update later this week. Until then, the only way to protect yourself is by going to Settings, FaceTime, and disabling the feature. Don't use it, they said. Man, I hate stories like this. I really hate them because it's just so unfair. Dr. Sarah Hawley, 27, a family medicine resident at the University of Utah, died after she was killed in what police call murder-suicide. Police said the suspect, Trevor Geddes, was Hawley's longtime boyfriend with whom she lived in Sugar House, Ramona Street. Police found them dead in the house after a concerned neighbor called for help on Sunday night, 8 p.m. I guess they heard yelling and screaming in the house. In a statement, the University of Utah said Ms. Hawley was a resident doctor focusing on family medicine and preventive medicine. Dr. Hawley came to the University of Utah Health from UC San Francisco to continue her passion of providing care to women and children in underserved communities, said Kawali Okiyumi, Chair, Department of Family and Preventative Medicine. Sergeant Brandon Shearer of the Salt Lake Police Department said a neighbor who lived in the basement of the same house as the deceased couple heard commotion and screaming on Sunday night and called police. They heard yelling, thought it was a possible burglary or a home invasion or robbery. Police showed up and found both of them dead. Shearer said a weapon was involved but wouldn't say whether it was a gun. Many neighbors said they didn't know the couple who moved from out of state and said they'd only recently moved into their rental house on Ramona Avenue. The neighbors said that they had welcomed the couple to the neighborhood and they had moved in and nothing seemed out of sorts. They said they took care of the house, seemed like a nice couple, and no.
We don't know what happens behind closed doors.
Newly sworn-in House Speaker Brad Wilson began his first few minutes behind the dais in the Utah State Legislature, calling for an even bigger challenge than Governor Gary Herbert gave lawmakers in his budget proposal. Rather than working toward a $200 million net tax cut, Wilson said he suggested two legislators now working on writing a tax reform bill to shoot for an even bigger cut to sales tax rate while broadening the tax base. One he said would be the largest single tax cut in Utah history. A $200 million tax cut is good, Wilson said. Something great would be to deliver the greatest single tax cut in Utah's history to the tune of at least $225 million, maybe even $250 million tax cut. Now, I want you to remember that in conjunction with the fact that they're talking about just S-canning Proposition 3, Medicaid expansion. So they want to cut taxes by $250 million while at the same time saying, we can't pay for Medicaid expansion. We don't have the money.
Well, apparently you do.
We want to cut taxes, and we want to just not give people Medicaid expansion. In addition to winning a majority statewide, Utah's Proposition 3, which would fully expand Medicaid in the state, it earned a majority support in 17 out of 29 state Senate districts.
Seems pretty
and
clear what the
44
people want.
out of 75 state House districts. You can kind of think about Proposition 3 in terms of direct democracy and representative democracy, said UHPP Executive Director Matt Slonaker. It should give confidence to those legislators to implement the will of the people. It should also sort of encourage them to be wary of any sort of repeal effort. But no, they're talking about repealing it anyway.
But they can't totally repeal it, right?
No, but
they can. No, Gina, that's not right.
They can just say no?
They can totally repeal it if they would like.
I doubt they'll go that far. I think they'll probably just mess it up enough that it makes it impossible to implement.
Listen, Lehigh Republican Senator Jacob Anderegg said he planned to sponsor repeal legislation. Anderegg has said, in my district, 80% of the voters, so he's one of the districts that 80% of the voters didn't want it. So I've got good cover. I've got good cover.
So your job is set.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I got good cover, he said. 80% didn't want it. You know,
I don't know what to say to that.
It's sickening.
I would like to use a word that begins with A to describe that comment. Now, he's backtracked a little bit on that because he realizes he sounds like an A.
I said that out loud, didn't I?
Yeah.
I was supposed to just think it.
No, but he had been talking about completely repealing it because they could. Let's cut taxes by $250 million. Oh, no, we can't do that. We don't have the money.
Well, and isn't part of that Medicaid expansion just getting money back that we're already sending to the federal government?
It's federal money,
Yes.
I mean, that's not the only way that will be funded.
Yes.
That's okay.
The will of the people of Utah was we want to cover those people.
Well, and it
ends up costing us money down the road.
It does,
because they get sicker and sicker, and they go to emergency rooms.
They don't have preventative care.
It's time to vote them out, and I'm not just talking about these people. I'm talking about that party, and you know what I'm talking about.
But Andereg's people won't vote him out. 80% of his people were against it. I got cover. You know.
Well, the rest of us need to vote them out.
California Senator Kamala Harris, who has said she's running for president, she made it clear that she wants to support Medicare for all.
Great.
Well, what about people who like their insurance? A reporter asked her. Well, she said, if they like their insurance, that's great. But wouldn't you like to just get rid of all that paperwork and...
we can have both systems.
That's just no. I don't know. No, she doesn't want that. No, she doesn't want that. She said, let's just get rid of all that paperwork.
I don't know that it's that people like their insurance. I think people like having insurance. If you told them you're not going to have this, but you're going to have this, and you still have insurance, I don't know that they'll be like, no, I love that insurance.
In places with socialized medicine, they have socialized medicine, and
you can buy up.
Some people, you can buy insurance if you want.
Yes, and that's that. She's not talking about getting rid of insurance companies. All right, sports, weather, traffic.
Well, I'm kind of disappointed. Actually, I'm really disappointed because it's official that Jeff Bridges, the dude, little bit. It's just they're just having beer.
People don't know what you're talking about.
Well, everyone got excited because there was a little clip of Jeff Bridges dressed as the dude from Big Lebowski. Oh, is it a new movie? No, it's a Super Bowl commercial, and it's official because the commercial's out there now. You can watch it.
Stella Artois, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get a sequel to that movie.
No, it needs to just exist.
And that is me as one of the big fans of that movie saying that.
I would just like a sequel to the movie that says the dude takes his rug to a cleaner.
That's it. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's a short.
And you didn't talk about the polar vortex, Bill, but
I was going to, but we didn't have time. We'll get to it.
Wind chills of 60 below zero.
Yep.
So we'll talk about that more. Not here, though. Here it's just going to be 40.
Wouldn't you like a little global warming now?
No, because see, the global warming changes the climate, so we have more extremes in the weather, and this is actually a good indication that there is climate change. Anyway, traffic. Let's see if there's anything new to report. No new accidents and no new issues, and nobody sent me anything via text. So, as far as I'm concerned, things are good, but if you're seeing something I am not, please text it to us, 33986. Have you been to Moochie's lately? They're cooking up something new for you besides their famous authentic Philly cheesesteak. Try the new Philly cheesesteak egg roll. Differently delicious.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, we have been spending time up in Park City the past few days. We'll talk more about that coming up.
And all I wanted was a little separation from Gina, but I couldn't get that last night.
That's coming up. But right now, one of our interviews. This is a short called "The Drone," and if you're a fan of the movie Zombievers.
Is it a short or was it a full length?
No, it's a full length.
I thought it was a short.
No,
I think it's full length. I'm pretty sure.
All right. But it's called The Drone, and it's from the makers of the classic horror film Zombievers. It's exactly what you think it is. All right, here we go.
We're going to be talking to Jordan Rubin. He's here in the room, and it's The Drone is the name of the movie, Slamdance. Special screening, it says here. Why does it say special screening, Jordan?
I'm not exactly sure. It sounds very honorable.
Yeah.
I think it's not in competition. I heard tell of to be in competition at Slamdance, it has to be your first film, but I could be wrong.
Not your first film.
This is not my first film.
Now I got to see just a little bit of this, and I watched the trailer, and I was very intrigued by this movie.
there is a drone.
Is that a good thing? Intrigued?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, don't you think?
I hope, yeah.
Well,
Just say it was really good so far, Bill.
Yeah.
It was really good so far, Bill. Why would I say it was really good so far, Bill?
Well, like sometimes I'll go to the doctor and they're like, we're going to run some tests. And I'm like, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
No, when your doctor's intrigued, that's bad.
Yes.
When your audience is intrigued, that's good.
Perfect.
So your movie was it had a kind of a creepy vibe to it,
Right.
and this drone seemed to be acting on its own.
Sure.
How did that come about?
In the plot or the whole movie?
Yes.
Yes and no. Within the film, how did it come about?
Yeah.
There's a serial killer who's been stalking. He's sort of a real technophile and a real perv. And he's been stalking people with this drone before he abducts them. And the cops track him down, and by a miracle of nature, he gets hit with lightning, and his consciousness goes into the drone, and the drone becomes sentient.
So
he can fly himself around?
He can fly himself around. He can do a lot of evil things.
The old bolt of lightning.
So,
yes.
So this is
Yes.
based on a true story, then.
Oh, yes.
Obviously.
It's the book is actually better. Wait a second. I shouldn't say
Yeah,
that.
no. I love that trope, though, the bolt of lightning. That's just perfect.
Yeah, just a MacGuffin for no reason.
Now, does I don't know why I want to know this, but does that kill him, or is he still around, too?
He's inside the drone. His body has left us.
Okay. So it stalks all kinds of people that he now wants to exact revenge upon.
It seems to focus on a newlywed couple.
And we need to see the movie to find out why that happens.
Well, I could tell you off the air. But
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's a spoiler alert.
Yeah. Now, I didn't get to see enough of it. Is there gore galore?
There's gore galore. There's some real... this is kind of a spoiler, but hey, what the heck? Because it's this moment I love, and we have to have a soundbite that we can go viral with.
Thank you.
It attacks someone, let's say, and they are in a bathroom situation. This is going to make a lot of people be like, "No, I'm not going to." But there's other normal kills, and the drone sort of goes up an area that it shouldn't go up, and I may or may not have cut to. Stock colonoscopy footage for the POV.
Yes!
So if you want gore...
You have just sold all the tickets. All the tickets are gone now, I'm sorry.
Or didn't.
I want to know how big this drone is, because that's...
Well, that's how...
No, I want to know how big the colon was.
Yes. Well, whoa.
Please say that the
killer...
killer...
we can talk to that, talk to that after.
Please say that the killer, while there, says, I'm intrigued.
I'm intrigued. So you're saying you want to know how big the drone is because how could it fit, right?
Right. This is...
I love the fact that I made a movie about a drone that can fly around and think, but you have a problem with it fitting places.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How can it go up a guy's butt?
Sure, I like that. That's reality.
Gina.
I remember watching years ago one of the Superman movies, and there's this scene in the Brandon Routh one, I guess.
Yes.
This bullet goes and it hits us in the theater. The bullet bounces off his eye, and the person sitting next to me in the theater goes, "Yeah, right." And I was like, "Oh, that's where it fell apart for you. Not that he's from Krypton, that he can fly, but this, it's like, no thanks, Hollywood, not on that."
Welcome to my world.
This is called The Drone. It's directed by Jordan Rubin. Is there just one showing of The Drone?
At the moment, maybe there'll be more, but yeah, it's a premiere, so it's Monday night, 10:30, at the ballroom at Treasure Mountain Inn,
where we are seated. Where we are.
Where we done gone set.
Yeah, where we am now.
Yeah, there are tickets still available for that screening?
I think you get them at the box office.
Okay.
You look it up online. There are trailers available.
Yeah.
Just look for The Drone, and you'll see trailers for it, and it will intrigue you. It looks like there's a little bit of sexy time in it, too, maybe.
Sexy time? Yeah.
That's kind of a thing we do on the show. We say sexy time.
Oh, sexy time. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd say there's some sexy time. There's like nothing too crazy.
Nothing too graphic. But
nothing too graphic. Nothing too drawing up a butt or anything. But yeah, there's this couple, and they're in love, and It's a fun movie. There's John Brotherton from Fuller House and Alex Esso from she's done a bunch of it. She's doing. She's going to be in the new Shining kind of reboot.
Oh yeah.
Doctor Sleep, I think it's called.
Yes, that
and
is
she was
what
in
it's called.
Starry Eyes, which
Now
is a
that
big
book was
festival.
good. I like that.
Yeah, yeah.
It was.
Yeah. Was it kind of real for you?
Stephen King was not happy with the movie, right? Originally.
Yeah.
That's yeah. It's.
Well, I just want to thank you for your earlier work.
Yes.
Zombievers.
Yes.
Which was.
Oh my God! Really?
classic,
Yes.
Zombie beavers.
And are you working on that new Critters show?
I am. I'm doing I just finished directing a reboot of Critters, the '80s franchise, for Warner Brothers.
Did it? You know, it was so perfect the way it was originally.
Was it really?
Yeah. No. I do remember kind of enjoying it in a perverse way.
Yeah.
And, well, that'll be fun. You're working on it right now?
I finished it. It's coming out, and they'll be announcing it very soon. It'll be out in about a month.
Was there more than one Critters? Was there a whole bunch of them?
There was a bunch. I think there was 3. DiCaprio was in the 3rd.
Yeah.
It was his first film.
I know I've seen one of them, and I remember some soda machine out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yes, right? Am I remembering that correctly?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I remember I binge-watched all of them again right before we shot, but I can't remember the soda machine, but I wouldn't doubt it.
So your aim is to take Critters and make it into a good movie.
That's your words, not mine. I like the original franchise.
I'm looking at your pedigree. You're going to do a fine job.
Oh, thank you.
Great job.
It's called Drone. It's here at Slam Dance. One screening only so far, but I bet you'll be able to see it elsewhere.
Yes.
I'm thinking it'll show up. It's Jordan Rubin is the director. I think we've said really all we need to say about it.
I don't want to give away any more. I think we've already spilled an awful lot.
Yeah. It's a fun movie. You know, it's got the horror elements and it's got some, gore, but it's it takes itself seriously for a reason because of the conceit is so silly and fun.
Yeah, I like the idea. So thanks a lot for being with us, and we'll look for it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
6:55.
Crash northbound I-215 at 24th South in Salt Lake. The right shoulder's being affected there. Crash northbound Bangor Highway 20th South in Salt Lake. Right shoulder affected there. Somebody says a pickup truck with a broken drive line is going southbound I-15 in Woods Cross. Thank you for that. They sent that in via text at 33986.
I wonder what that means.
I don't know. It doesn't sound
Pickup
good.
truck with a broken drive line.
Well, the drive line is what makes the back wheels go.
Oh, like the shaft.
Yeah. Or maybe it's like dragging on the...
could
I
be.
don't know.
That's not good.
All right. Let's see. We'll take a break. We'll be back. We got round one of your boners, all that and more on the way. Gina, if you would, please.
BestDJInUtah.com. That's how you get a hold of Richie T. Stedman to DJ your wedding, your work party, your family party. He's really good at it. You sit down with him for about an hour consultation, and he'll talk about your event and get exactly how you want it to go. Now, the nice thing about having Richie do your event is he keeps it moving, especially like a wedding. You have all those, we need to cut the cake, and we need to do the first dance, and we need to do that. And you need somebody keeping track of the time and making sure that happens and making sure everybody's having a good time. Richie's really good at that. He'll do dance instruction. He'll MC everything from your fancy work party to your neighborhood bike rodeo. And his weekends are filling up now because people are booking now for weddings coming up this summer. So go to bestdjinutah.com or at Richie T. Stedman on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Here at X96, we're not going... tweets. No, really, she does. Promise. Follow her on Twitter at RFHGina and find out for yourself. Radio from Hell on X96.
All right.
Yeah.
7:03 right now. We got Boners Round 1 coming up, along with Big Boy News and Opinioendo.
So we spent all day Friday together, like literally all day.
6 a.m. to 4 p.m. Well, until
longer than that.
Till 5:30 p.m. As we come down the canyon. Yeah. And then I was just exhausted.
We spent a
Sunday
big chunk of
together,
Sunday together,
and then Saturday, not Saturday, but then Friday, a lot of time together. So by yesterday at 5:30, I was just ready to be away from Carrie and Gina for a while. And Carrie went home.
I got out.
Good riddance. I saw his little car leave the parking lot of the Walmart there where we park at Parley's. And saw it by. And then Gina, she was going. And
on the way down the canyon before that, Bill's like, how long will it take to get down the canyon? My wife's going to call in
some food to the Indian restaurant, call in an order, and then it'll be ready for me to pick up. So she did that. My wife did that, and get to the car parking lot, and my wife said, the food will be ready at 5:25 or something like that. Well, we got there early. Oh, crap. But so I had to go to sit in the waiting area of the Indian restaurant. but it was okay, because I had this magazine. I had Variety magazine.
Oh, and they have that there in the lobby, eh?
No, it was I got this up at Sundance.
Oh, okay.
So I brought it in, and I was sitting there reading Variety, where I learned the horrible fact that the top 100 movies last year, money-making movies, Sherlock Gnomes was in the top 100 moneymakers.
Moneymaker?
Now, what's number one? I'm just curious. Well, you have the list there.
Avengers Infinity War.
Yes.
Then Jurassic World.
Really? It was number 2?
Black Panther, number 3. Number 4.
Wait, Jurassic World did more than Black Panther?
This is international.
You got to remember, it's worldwide.
International.
Dinosaurs are universally appealing.
Black Panther, number 3. Venom, number 4.
That's the one that blows me away.
Number 5, Incredibles 2. Number 6, Operation... What is it? Operation Red Sea. I don't even know what that is.
No idea.
Then number 7, Aquaman. Number 8, Mission Impossible. Number 9, Detective Chinatown 2.
I quite like that Mission Impossible movie.
Oh, yeah.
What's Detective Chinatown 2?
Again,
I guess
it's worldwide.
Probably a Chinese movie.
Probably, yeah.
And then number 10, Bohemian Rhapsody. So
by the way, I don't know if we'll get to play it on the air.
We're going to this week sometime.
Are we? Okay,
yes.
Well, we'll see.
So anyway.
We have an interview with an actor who played Brian May in the Queen movie, Bohemian Rhapsody.
So anyway, I'm sitting there reading the magazine as I'm waiting for the pick up food and listening to the guy at the Indian restaurant greet people coming in, saying, they come in and he says, hello, how many are you? How many are you? And one guy said,
I'm many.
I'm one, but there are 2 of us. And then I hear, it's just me. And I look up and it's Gina.
Well, so we're coming down the canyon and Bill's talking to his wife about ordering the Indian food. Thought, that sounds.
I want to see Gina.
That sounds kind of good. So we get to the parking lot and I called my husband Joe. And he says, what do you want to do for dinner? And I'm like, well, I'm already here at the Indian food restaurant.
Copycat.
Why don't you just bring Mohammed and meet me here? And
Copycat. Copycat.
Actually, not bring Mohammed. Mohammed was with the babysitter. Everybody was scattered to the... Jonesy was at dance. Mohammed was with the babysitter.
So who did he bring? Because there were 3 places set.
Well, so the babysitter dropped Mohammed off.
Yeah.
And he was wearing, like, his... long underwear, like from skiing, like his fleece.
Oh.
He came into the restaurant. I didn't see them come in.
Yeah.
So Gina goes and sits at a table by herself, and I'm sitting on a bench in the waiting area. But then I stand up and I go start talking to Gina, and I'm just sort of standing at the table. And the waiter comes over, and there are 4 place settings, and I'm talking to Gina, and the waiter is starting to pour water, and Gina said, "Oh, there'll only be 3 of us." So he started, and he
But there's 4 glasses.
There are 4
on
glasses,
the table.
and he's poured 3 glasses. I said, "Oh, but I would like some. I'd like some water. I'm waiting for some takeout. I'd like some water." And he gave me a look like,
I think he thought you were kidding. I don't think he thought you were. You said, because you said it in kind of a joking tone, like, "Well, I'll take some water." I think.
But I was perfectly serious. I said, "But I would like some water," and he just kind of shook his head and took the glass of the place setting and walked away. I went, "But I'm," and he just kept.
I think he thought you were kidding.
What? Why would I kid about that? I wanted some water. Made me kind of mad.
Well, I think he didn't like getting the conflicting directions.
Jeez.
1 minute it's only 3, and then you're trying to change things up.
Yeah, I don't think he.
No water for you, sir.
He pieced together that you were talking to me, but you weren't actually with me. You weren't dining with me. We were just biding time.
Well, then another waiter harassed me for a couple of seconds.
Harassed you?
Yeah. What are you doing? He said, "What are you doing?"
Because you were leaning over the table, but not.
And I said, "I'm having a conversation with this woman."
Maybe you looked menacing.
Yeah.
And he said, "Can I help you?" And I said, "I'm waiting for some takeout, and I'm having a conversation with this woman." And he said, "Oh, well then."
And it was fine.
Oh, well then. Let's just. There were too many people with too much time on their hands in that restaurant. That was the problem.
Well, they weren't as busy as I had anticipated they would be.
Yeah, Gina was like, "Oh man, everybody's coming down the canyon. They're going to that restaurant." No, they weren't. They were all going to Walmart.
So what did you get? I had assorted snacks.
What is assorted snacks?
You never order assorted. That's what it says on the menu.
No, I don't order
snacks.
No, I've never.
It's like a sampler plate. It's like
of what?
It's I don't know. They're different
snacks.
There's
M&Ms.
Is it food or candy?
No, it's food. It's like the little chickpea thing, and then there's a little like a fried onion ring, but it's called something else.
No, we have mata paneer and sag paneer and butter chicken and naan and and lamb sag.
The assorted snacks are an appetizer.
No,
you should get the assorted snacks.
With your dietary restrictions, I'm surprised you even go to an Indian restaurant.
Yeah.
No, that's because she has assorted snacks.
And that's
They're
what she
fried
has.
things.
Yeah, she has nothing that.
I get the.
She'll have tandoori chicken.
No, I get the chicken makhani, which is semi-adventurous.
No, it isn't.
Well, it's just yesterday at lunch when you ordered your taquitos without cheese. I just wanted to throttle you and say, we're not at taco time,
I felt bad for that waitress. She was new. She was all excited. Yes, I'll get that for you, and then brought it out. She's like, "Oh."
It came with cheese.
Yeah, there's cheese in it.
She felt bad. Not her fault. Not anybody's fault. It's my fault.
It was her
fault. If it's anybody's fault, it's my fault.
Well, she didn't tell them without cheese.
Because I'm picky and weird.
But see, I won't have like a no work-related events day until Sunday.
Just coming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got Geek Show on Saturday.
Yeah.
So that's, 2 weeks?
Yep.
Without a day off?
Yep.
I tried to lobby for today off. We came in for Amy Donaldson and Bill Frost, who did not show up today.
That's what you get, stood up all the time. Oh, well.
All right. We do have Boners Round 1 coming up. More Sundance interviews on the way. And a lot of stuff. We got stuff to give away as well.
Assorted snacks at an Indian restaurant.
That is what they are on the menu. I'll look it up and I'll tell you what the things are.
Yeah, I need to know.
We have to put something on the menu for the picky eaters.
No! Crash northbound I-215 west at 24th South. Right shoulder being affected there. Crash northbound Bangor Highway 20th South. But those are the only 2 things I am seeing right now. If you see something you want to share with other friends of the program, you can text it to us, 33986. The Zerorez winter sale is on this week. 3 days only. Get your home Zerorez-ified for just $28 per room. Minimums apply. Offer valid for rooms of carpet or tile. $28 per room. Sale ends Wednesday. Schedule your cleaning with Zerorez today.
Oh, chicken makhani is butter chicken. That's the one thing I can never remember.
Oh, I know what I actually call it.
Yeah,
you call it butter chicken.
I can never remember what the real name of butter chicken is. All right,
that's a place I go to. It's called Butter Chicken.
Yeah. Okay, here you go. The Boners Round 1 coming up. Boner candidate number 1. You telling me a Taco Bell burrito isn't comfort? Boner candidate number 2, even in Germany, modest is hottest. And boner candidate number 3, so when are they going to wrap Roger Stone in a shroud and dump him in the sea?
Yeah. All right. Boners round 1 coming up, along with Big Boy News and Opinnuendo. Hoops Vision Correction, HOOPES Vision.com.
Time for you in 2019 to do it finally.
Go to their website and just surf around it. It's a great website. There's all kinds of information there and videos there. And
it's hoopsvision.com, HOOPES Vision.com. You know, sometimes I say hoops and sometimes I say hoops because, you know, Dr. Senior Philip Hoops, he says hoops.
He says hoops.
His son Junior says hoops. Anyway, in 2019, this is the time to do it. Focus on the new year and get your laser eye surgery from Hoops Vision. Call 877-30-LASIK, LASIK, and schedule your VIP consultation today. Ask about their 24-month zero-interest financing and their See Clearly guarantee. Get rid of your glasses. Get rid of your contact lenses. You can do it.
It's just, for style's sake or convenience sake, you're going to thank us.
Yeah. So call them today, 877-30-LASIK. The first visit is free. You'll like it, I promise. Hoopsvision.com.
X96 is a proud partner of Sundance Institute. Don't miss the 2019 Sundance Film Festival happening January 24th. 96 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, 20 minutes after 7 right now. And it's time for round 1 of your boner voting. Presenting to you now 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you will decide with your votes of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day. Yes, this is where it all begins. Boner of the Day is not decided here. It won't be decided for another 3 hours. I know, get comfortable, because this takes a while. This is round 1.
Man.
You pick your winner of round 1. We send it to Boner Fight. Then we'll do this again at 8:20 with 3 more candidates. That's round 2. We take the winner of round 2. We send it to Boner Fight. 9:20 is when Boner of the Day is decided this morning. So pick your champion for round 1 right now. 2 candidates now. A third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote. And one of you lucky random Boner voters will receive
tickets to Disney on Ice.
Right.
Here's Boner candidate number 1. You telling me a Taco Bell burrito isn't comfort? Man. Investigators say that Victor Fosser got into a confrontation Sunday with his wife inside the couple's home in Parrish. Yeah, it's Florida. According to a police report, the 49-year-old victim was upset about a family matter and wanted some comfort from her husband.
Aww.
Instead, now I don't know why it says instead here, but instead, Mr. Fosser went to the Taco Bell and picked up some lunch.
Well,
upon returning to the residence with his takeout order, cops say Mr. Fosser attempted to give his wife a burrito.
Well, that's
I'm maintaining
nice.
as comfort.
Yeah,
comfort food.
Yeah. And holding it in front of her face. But he made fun of her for being upset. The woman then grabbed the burrito and threw it on the floor. Mr. Fosser then picked up the rest of the burrito and smashed it into her face, causing it to go up into her nose.
Well, that probably was
it's not comfortable.
Not good.
But are you telling me that a burrito isn't some comfort? Huh? Boner candidate number 1. I went to the Taco Bell and got this burrito for some comfort. So take it up your nose. Boner candidate number 1.
He looks like a romantic fellow.
Doesn't he? Just Taco Bell comfort.
His neck is bigger than his head.
I know, right?
Here's Boner candidate number 2. Even in Germany, Mathis is hottest. A 22-year-old woman says that she was asked to leave the gymnasium in Konstanz, Germany, because her clothes were too revealing and were confusing the men.
Confusing?
I'm confused.
Her name is, what is it? It's,
that is confusing?
Yeah.
X96.com/live.
Yeah.
That's barely anything.
Her name is Marnie.
And by barely anything, I mean she's completely covered.
Well, no, there is a little bit of midriff showing.
Like an inch.
Yeah, maybe 2.
Her name is Marnie. She said...
It's not low cut.
They told her...
Yeah.
She was wearing a crop top, and it shows a few inches of skin between around her waist. She explained that a female gym employee came up to her while she was on the treadmill and said, "You should not be training like this." Not knowing what she was referring to, Marnie said she looked at the woman in confusion. The woman told her it was against gym policy for women to work out only in sports bra and for men to work out in tank tops, adding, "Your top is distracting the other gym goers." I was shocked, she said, because it's not a sports bra.
No,
and even if it is, why not, she said.
Yeah.
It's much bigger than a sports bra.
It's a tank top, essentially.
What was the men confused about?
Yeah.
Have they never seen a woman before?
Exactly.
That's too revealing? Do you live in a... It says, do you live in Mormon country?
It says that?
Yeah.
And I don't spend a lot of time at the gym.
Gina, when was the last time you were inside the gym?
That doesn't matter. But
you brought it up.
But don't you just focus on what you're doing?
No.
How much time are you actually spending looking at other people?
In Germany, we go look at other people. We go to look at other people. Many tweeted that she didn't want to call out the gym by name because it was a small local gymnasium. She plans to cancel her membership.
Yeah.
Boner candidate number 2. Even in Germany, modest is hottest. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. So when are they going to wrap Roger up in a shroud and dump him in the sea, I wonder?
Boner candidate number 3 for round 1, coming up after this big boy news and Pinuendo, brought to you by
The Gateway, showing some love by giving away a Valentine's package. You can win a Sanctuary Day Spa massage, Fleming Steakhouse dinner, and a $50 gift certificate to the Megaplex Theater. Well, I would like all of those things. Enter at shopthegateway.com and explore all the dining and entertainment available at The Gateway, Utah's premier entertainment destination.
So Pete Davidson is here in Utah,
Yeah.
Park City. He said, yeah, I've been here before. I'm into Utah. Last time I was here, I was in rehab.
Oh, we've got the best rehabs here.
Yeah, Davidson told Variety he had to check into the Cirque Lodge Treatment Center about 4 years ago. He said as he took a sip from a beer.
Yeah. No, that was his whole thing. The last time I was here was for rehab, so it gives you an idea of how good your rehab is as he's drinking a beer.
It's nice to be on the other side, though. It speaks wonders of your rehab facilities, Sip. Davidson co-stars in a movie called Big Time Adolescence, which premieres at Sundance on Tuesday afternoon. The coming-of-age story, directed by Jason Orley, centers on a high school teenager, Griffin Gluck, who befriends a college dropout. Davidson got into character by bleaching his hair. That's a good acting technique right there. I always wanted to dye my hair, and everyone made fun of me, Davidson said at the Variety studio. The film was shot last summer in Syracuse, New York.
He went on to say some very bad things about Syracuse.
Syracuse sucked. The whole town blows. Let's be honest, they just found out I was there and tried to arrest me the whole time.
Well, Pete, were you doing anything wrong?
He was pulled over by the police and charged with possessing marijuana.
Well,
they were hunting me down the whole time.
It's not them being out to get you if you're actually doing something wrong.
So anyway, let's see. So, Utah Senator Mitt Romney has been elected to a new position. With only a few weeks into his new gig as senator, he's been voted president of a secret society of politicians, business leaders, and other influential people. And if you go to x96.com/live, that's their secret salute.
Is it the Illuminati?
No.
Oh.
It's the Alfalfa Club.
What?
I don't know the Alfalfa Club.
It has to do with the little rascals, and they all put a little spike up in their hair, and Now, this, I have not had a chance to look it up. This is from the Salt Lake Tribune, and this is not a very, I think, complete description of what the Alfalfa Club is.
All right.
There's got to be more to it than this. It's an invitation-only group that exists essentially to hold a swanky dinner each year, chock full of speeches poking fun at its members and politics of the day.
So it's like the White House Correspondents' Dinner?
Romney is a former presidential candidate, was inducted into the club in 2015. It's unclear, given the group's off-the-record rules, how he became president of the club only a few years later, though the honor is often given to widely known U.S. political figures. Then Supreme Court Justice Sandra Day O'Connor was club president in 2011. Former New York City mayor and billionaire Michael Bloomberg in 2017. Former Senator and Democratic presidential nominee John Kerry of Massachusetts. Are you looking it up, Gina, by the way?
No, do you want me to?
Yeah, I do. Of Massachusetts, served as head of the group in 2018. Kerry turned over the gavel to Romney on Saturday at the annual dinner, which is closed to the news media, but as always, some of the best jokes found their way out of the ballroom. Here's one. Just think, Mitt and I are two of the only people who understand the temptation to run for office in every state where you own a home. Kerry joked.
What a relatable joke.
Mitt, well, maybe it is to the other members of the Alfalfa Club.
That's what I mean.
Mitt and I do have a lot in common. Mitt has run for the presidency. I've run for the presidency. Mitt has represented the great state of Massachusetts. I've represented the great state of Massachusetts. Mitt's running mate, Paul Ryan, went on to become Speaker of the House. My running mate, John Edwards, got booted out of his house.
See, because you see.
I mean, it's It's often been attended by presidents. George W. Bush, George H.W. Bush, President Obama. They weren't members, but they would go speak at this banquet. Said the club was named in reference to the alfalfa plant's supposedly willingness to, quote, do anything for a drink. Is the alfalfa plant always thirsty? Is that
you need a lot of water for the...
I think. So there's a lot of drinking that goes on at this, I would guess, is what they're trying to say.
Well, Mitt Romney's the perfect choice.
Put him in charge.
I don't...
Somebody texts me and says it's essentially a friars club for white guys with no sense of humor.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. One of the oldest restaurants in the state of Utah has closed. Monday was the last day for pancake breakfasts, mushroom burgers, and scoops of far better ice cream at the Oaks. Owners Keith and Belinda Runkles, who purchased the restaurant up in Ogden Canyon 40 years ago, have decided to close and sell the property. Real estate sign went up in December. Customers knew change was coming. Not sold yet. The Runkles wrote on their Facebook page last week when they announced the last day of business, but we're taking time off. Customers and former employees congratulated the owners on their well-deserved retirement.
I love the Oaks. You go sit out, get a burger, and go sit by the river. They had this great kind of tiered deck that went along. I hope somebody buys it and fixes it up and just keeps it a restaurant.
The Oak Burger was a great hamburger too. The last time I was there, though, I got attacked by Yellow Jackets. I sit now by the river, and the Yellow Jackets were...
They were nasty?
They were pretty nasty. But and I know the Runkles have owned it as long as I have been going there. I haven't been there in a while, though. But it's, just a really nice place to go.
In the canyon.
In the canyon. And I think I remember stopping there when I was a little kid, even, though, for ice cream. And that was before the Runkles owned it.
They'd have a section where you could just go in and get ice cream if you wanted, and then there was a separate restaurant.
And I think when I was a little kid, it maybe was just an ice cream place. There wasn't all the stuff.
Somebody buy it and give it some love.
So there you go. And then let's see. Oh, now Acting Attorney General Whitaker, he has come out and said, Robert Mueller, I have inside information. Robert Mueller is close to being done with his investigation.
He also said,
I've been fully briefed on it, and he's almost done.
And he also said, I know things now I didn't know before, and like kind of all the things I said, I get it now, like in a very vague way that I just said.
He says, why was it? Because they asked him directly. He says, what about these comments that you made on CNN or wherever it was about, you would just throw out the Mueller investigation? He said, I made those comments as a private citizen. And ever since then, I have new information.
He said, I've had access to new information, and now I'm not saying those things anymore.
Meaning what?
Meaning that's as far as he would say.
Meaning he has seen there's evidence there that it needs to continue.
But the big takeaway from this thing yesterday is when asked that question, his answer should have been, I cannot comment on an ongoing investigation. He said, it's coming to a close soon, realized he messed up, immediately broke out into sweat, and then his assistant closed the meeting right after he finished his statement.
The Midwest and the Northeast are they're in just bad shape. Sub-zero temperatures, the likes of which they have not seen maybe ever. I mean, they're...
wind chill 60 below.
It gets very cold there sometimes, but this is unprecedented cold. Our president has tweeted about it. He tweeted, in the beautiful Midwest, wind chill temperatures are reaching minus 60 degrees, the coldest ever recorded in coming days, expected to get even colder. People can't last outside even for minutes. What the hell is going on with global warming? Please come back fast. We need you. Somebody tweeted back, glad you asked. The polar vortex is supposed to stay in the North Pole, but dwindling sea ice from climate change has caused the vortex to split in 3 places, and that's why it's cold down here. Polar vortex splits like this will become more common as climate change worsens.
That's what the change means. The place where it used to be really cold is moving, and we're going to have more extremes in the weather. It does not just mean everything is hotter.
That's what's going on, Mr. President. Ask a scientist next time.
I know that's been explained to him more than once.
Scientists lie to me. It's a hoax. China.
And Senator Kamala Harris, at a town hall meeting yesterday, painted herself as a striking Democratic foil to President Donald Trump during this town hall event in Iowa, pledging to work for Medicare for all, protections for young undocumented immigrants, and solutions to the epidemic of gun violence should she be elected president. She spent more than an hour speaking with CNN's Jake Tapper, in which she leaned heavily on her extensive resume working in the prosecutor's offices and as California Attorney General. She voiced support for a litany of progressive causes, including federal action on climate change and furthering the Me Too movement. She also said, enough with these powerful forces that are trying to sow hatred and division among us. This is not reflective of who we are as Americans. And she also said something about, she said, how do you think you would stand up to Donald Trump with his kind of insult brand of campaigning? She said, the commander-in-chief has to be someone who doesn't speak in negative terms like that. The commander-in-chief has to speak with authority and has to speak in a positive way. It's important that anyone who presents themselves as a leader and wants to be a leader speaks like a leader. And that means speaking with integrity, and it means speaking truth.
All right. Weather, traffic.
Brought to you by, if you're in an accident, the first thing you should do is contact the advocates. Remember, they don't get paid until you do. Go to utahodvocates.com for more information. You deserve an advocate. So we're driving down out of Parley's Canyon yesterday, and Bill noted, I see it building back in again.
All that haze.
The crap is working its way back in. So please limit your driving today, if at all possible. We'll have a high of around 40. Nothing much happening as far as any storms or anything anytime soon. Traffic, front of the program says southbound I-15 near the 5th South exit in Bountiful. Unexplained slowage is causing backup past the 5th South left lane of the on-ramp. So thank you for that. Stalled vehicle northbound Bangor 104th South. Second vehicle, quote, helping. That probably means they're in the way. Wreck 104th South, 22nd West. Eastbound is horrible. They sent those in via text at 33986. I appreciate it when you do that. Want something extra with your wrap? Subway restaurants, you can buy any signature wrap and get a 21-ounce drink for only $1 more. Stop by Subway today and save.
Here's boner candidate number 3. So when are they going to wrap Roger in a shroud and dump him in the sea? Longtime Donald Trump ally, Roger Stone, complained that he was seized with greater force than was used against drug lords El Chapo or Pablo Escobar, or even yes, Osama bin Laden. Roger Stone, charged last week by counsel Robert Mueller, lamented to reporters on Monday that his arrest was handled like that of Osama bin Laden.
They don't.
Stone, now free on bond, awaiting trial on 7-count indictment, charging him with obstruction of an official proceeding, false statements, and witness tampering, was arrested by FBI agents at his home in Fort Lauderdale. I'm 66 years old. I don't own a gun. I don't have a valid passport. I have no prior criminal record. To storm my house with greater force than was used to take down bin Laden, to terrorize my wife and my dogs, it's unconscionable. Stone's arrest has little in common with the capture of the men he cited. He was woken up by an FBI SWAT team. They knocked on the door. They escorted him outside. And then they put him in a car and brought him before a judge. Yeah. I will remind you, helicopters landed in Pakistan. Bin Laden was shot in the head by Navy SEALs. He was put on a vessel and wrapped in a burial shroud and taken out to sea, weighted down and dropped into the ocean.
Yeah, just like what happened to Roger Stone. That's
boner candidate number 3. When are they going to wrap Roger up in a shroud and dump him in the sea?
It's funny, the only time that Republicans complain about the police is when it's them being arrested, and not when,
Yeah.
I could name many, many instances that don't involve rich white guys. All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. You telling me a Taco Bell burrito isn't some comfort? A man in Florida arrested for his wife said she just wanted some comfort for a family problem she was having, but he slammed her in the face with a Taco Bell burrito, and some of it went up her nose. Boner candidate number 2, even in Germany, modest is hottest. A 22-year-old woman kicked out of her gym over what they said was a revealing crop top that distracted men. It wasn't even a sports bra. And boner candidate number 3, when are they going to wrap Roger up in a shroud and dump him in the sea?
All right, let's go. This is round 1 of your boner voting. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. Yes, you need to pick a champion for round 1. That's what this is. Round 2 at 8:20, 3 more candidates. You're going to have to choose again. Pick the winner of round 2. We'll take the winners of each round and put them both into boner fight at 9:20. That's when boner of the day really happens. So pick your champion for round 1 now. 1, 2, or 3. Remember the candidate number that you think should win? Put that number, single digit, that's all we need, in the message of a text. Computer counts at 33986. That's where you send it to. Or call 877-602-9696. Or go online to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting January 29 and vote there. 300 seconds, round 1. Let's go.
Start your workday at 10 a.m. with a 1-hour nonstop music wingding on X96.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of 2 such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! Our elders have just rendezvoused their warp-capable 10-speed bikes with the USS Pork Rind, a small craft manned, if you will excuse the misuse of the term, by pigs. Not your ordinary run-of-the-mill pigs, mind you, but sentient, talking pigs. Pigs in space!
Welcome aboard, gentlemen. I am Captain Link Hogthrob, commander of the USS Pork Rind. This is my first officer, Miss Piggy. Hello. And that pig over there is our ship's physician, Dr. Strange Pork.
Hello, elders.
Hi, I'm Elder Chris Jensen, and this is my companion, Elder Jensen.
Hi.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
We have heard tales of your exploits from other space vessels.
Yes. Is it true that your church provides for eternal marriages?
Well, yes, ma'am, it is.
Eternal meaning in this life, in the next life, and forever and ever? Kind of like syndication?
Yeah.
Would the frog, I mean the groom, in question have to be a willing participant?
That's the way it's usually done.
All right, let's cut to the chase here. Does the Mormon Church recognize marriages between beings from different species?
Well, such as?
Pigs and frogs, you idiot! Don't you ever watch the show?
Well, I believe that you'd have to seek the counsel of your bishop. I don't think we're authorized to make such a decision here in the field.
I think we've reached the point in the sketch where I begin to assault our guest with karate chops. Hi!
No, wait. I think I can shed some light on the subject. Now, both you and the frog in question are made of flannel and have men's hands up your...
Elder Jensen!
No, what I mean is that you're both Muppets, and therefore not different species. I mean, I see no reason why you can't be sealed to one another.
Oh, Captain Hogthrob can marry people! You guys wait right here while I find my Kermie!
Will Elder Jensen get sent home for telling pigs and frogs that they can marry one another? Will Captain Link Hogthrob get sent home for marrying a pig and a frog? Will Kermit the Frog find a way to get our elders off the Muppet Show and back into normal space? Find the answers to these and far more exciting questions on the next tail-curling episode of Space Elders!
with Gary, Bill, and Gina on X96.
All right. It's 7:47. Time to award round one of your boners, and then we'll have another Sundance movie interview.
All right. Round one of the boner voting is brought to you in part by Sag Paneer.
Oh, by the way, assorted snacks.
Yeah.
They are samosas and pakoras, and they're, I eat other things. And Disney on Ice. Dare to Dream coming to Vivint Smart Home Arena March 7th through the 10th. Tickets are available at all Ticketmaster locations and Ticketmaster.com.
Boner candidate number one, you're telling me a Taco Bell burrito is in comfort? It's a man arrested for attacking his wife with a Taco Bell burrito and hitting her in the face with it, and some of it went up her nose. Boner candidate number two, even in Germany, modest is hottest. I can see some of your midriff, miss. You must leave the gym. You are distracting the men. And boner candidate number three, so when are they going to wrap Roger up in a shroud and dump him in the sea? Roger Stone claiming that his arrest by the FBI, it was like what they did to Osama bin Laden. No, the FBI knocked politely on his door and then put him gently in a car and then took him to a judge.
Yeah, Roger, that was standard procedure. What you got?
It was easy stuff. Let's see. Jeff Bonneau won the Disney on Ice tickets, and the clear-cut winner was boner candidate number three, Roger Stone.
Thank you. That is your winner of round one. It now goes forward to Boner Fight. It right now has a 50-50 chance of becoming Boner of the Day. It'll have to defeat the winner of round two's voting. That happens at 8:20 with three more candidates. We'll take the winner of that round. 9:20 is when both of them will face off with Boner Fight and decide Boner of the Day. All right. Now, this is the Warren Miller movie.
So it's not a Warren Miller movie. It's a documentary about Warren Miller.
Because you say Warren Miller ski films, and everybody just goes, oh, it's the people skiing.
Yeah.
It's the beautiful shots of people skiing.
Yeah.
But this is the guy who invented that film festival.
Warren Miller.
So here we go.
The name of the movie is Ski Bum, the Warren Miller story. It's a slam dance. It's called a breakout feature. We have with us the director, Patrick Creedon, the producer, one of the producers, Jeff, I can't read my own writing, Conroy?
Conroy, thank you.
Okay,
Yes.
and a world-class skier, one of the greatest skiers of all time, who started with Warren Miller back in 1983 in a movie called Ski Time, which I bet a lot of people remember. Scott Schmidt. Thanks for being here, gentlemen.
Real
Thanks
pleasure.
for having us,
Thank
Bill
you.
and Gina.
And Jeff, Patrick, the director of the movie, was telling us that it was a year ago yesterday.
That's right.
That Warren Miller passed on, but his memory certainly lives. But isn't it a disservice to call Warren Miller the ski bum?
Is it a disservice
No,
or is
it's
it not a disservice?
He was.
Well, the funny thing about Warren was he was the original ski bum. He actually drew that character, that iconic image.
Oh, did he really?
He drew that and named it Ski Bum.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that whole
that's
concept,
great.
that whole concept of what a ski bum is, came from Warren. Literally,
He drew that. That's cool.
And the thing about it is, that we talk about this in the film. There's a sense that the word bum can be derogatory and very negative. At the same time, being a ski bum is really a way of life. It's a way to celebrate life and to do the things you want to do in your life.
That's it. I'm out of here. Yeah.
And so in that sense, it's the perfect title for this story. And honestly, this is the perfect place and the perfect moment for the world premiere of this film. We are just thrilled and honored to tell Warren's story here in Park City, here at Slam Dance.
A lot of us grew up, with Warren Miller films being
You go
here
to
in Utah.
they were at they do screenings at the library, and that was like a night out with your friends. You'd go to see a Warren Miller movie at the. You're in the perfect place for this.
Warren Miller was an innovator, not only filming ski movies, but he marketed them. He did everything for a long time, didn't he?
Yeah, in many ways, he was a one-man band. He held the camera. He basically distributed the film himself. He traveled the country and then narrated it to a live audience. Can you imagine how he narrated his own film?
That's right.
to a
He would
live
stand in front. There was no sound for a while. He would stand in front of the with a lectern and narrate the film.
And when you were saying he carried the camera, you were mentioning off the air. That's not, the GoPro on your helmet.
No, these are Bolexes that you had to hand crank. So Warren literally he would have music playing timed to the projector, and if the music got a little ahead of the projector, he'd just just put his hand on the reel-to-reel to slow it down a little bit to keep it all in sync. I mean, he was way ahead of his time, not just within the world of skiing, but within the world of filmmaking and distributing films.
Now, when did he start?
1949, he went out and shot his first film, a movie called Deep and Light. That movie came out in 1950. And he has made a movie every single year. Then he eventually passed the torch to the Warren Miller Entertainment Company, and this was the 69th year that they've had his film.
So he was well into it when you got involved with it, Scott Schmidt, with Ski Time in 1983. How did you come on board?
So yeah, Warren had a huge history before I got involved. It was 1983 when he discovers me in Squaw Valley.
How old were you then?
I was 21 years old. Just
Skiing?
wrapping up my racing career, looking for the next thing to do. Gary Nate, one of his cameramen, shows up in Squaw Valley. I shot for him for 3 days. We had great snow, great conditions. I didn't think too much about it. I didn't have a whole lot of expectations. But a couple weeks later, I get a letter from Warren Miller, the man, basically telling me that footage that we got was the most spectacular footage that he'd ever seen, and he invited me to start traveling around the world with film crews.
So you want to go travel around the world and go skiing? Well, I don't know.
That's a hard one. Yeah, I wrote back right away.
Yeah. And did it and has been doing it you still do it every year?
Ever since, yeah. I did about a little over 25 years of ski film. I still ski professionally, all due to Warren. So
man, that's quite a life. It has changed a lot. The ski film, Warren Miller ski films have changed quite a bit, haven't they?
They have. I mean, they've certainly kept up with the times. Again, in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, when he was shooting these on film with big, heavy cameras, it was a different sort of aesthetic and sensibility. Today, with GoPros and other modern technology, and also with the advancements in skiing, you have people flying off cliffs, and you have drones following those people as they go. So I think rightfully so, the Warren Miller films today reflect our times. But what's really beautiful about our film Ski Bum is it takes you back to when he started, and it's an origination story of how he created this thing that we all love.
Jeff Conroy wanted to say something here. I bet you probably had trouble getting a lot of archival footage to do this, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, that of course makes incredible sense. Why would you what a great treasure trove of documenting and all. One thing I did want to say was that the films changed in the content. Warren essentially taught people how to ski in the beginning films. Like we take for granted that people get lessons and do all these things. People watched those films and learned and watched the technique, and he demonstrated it. We've gotten to a very extreme level, and of course Warren Miller went with that. But in the early days, it was just making turns on the mountains.
Do you look into to what kind of a guy Warren Miller was? I mean, what kind of a guy is he? What was he? Kind of a man was Warren Miller?
He was a very complicated man in a lot of ways, and I think he portrayed himself in his films like this lucky easygoing guy, best job in the world, life was great. But the truth was, he worked his butt off day in, day out, and he sacrificed a lot. It was very hard on his family. His personal life suffered tremendously.
You're gone all the time.
250, 300 days on the road. I mean, and we do get into that. And Warren was very honest about that. That's one of the things that was really great in the film.
It's called The Ski Bum, the Warren Miller story. It's a Slam Dance breakout feature. It premieres today, doesn't it?
Tonight, yeah. Tonight's the world premiere, 7 o'clock, and then an encore performance at 9:15.
He is a world famous guy, Warren Miller. If you don't get a chance to see it at Slam Dance, I'm guessing this will be a movie you'll be able to see sometime soon somewhere else.
Absolutely, yeah. We know that there's a worldwide audience for his films, and we're going to make the film available to them in the months ahead.
All right. It's Ski Bum, the Warren Miller story. Patrick Creedon, Jeff Conroy, and Scott Schmidt. Thanks a lot, you guys, for being with us.
Thanks, Bill. Thanks a lot, Gina.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, sorry, I was doing something and wasn't paying attention.
Don't miss the 2019 Sundance Film. Utah's most trusted newsman. Well, it's a title we gave him all by ourselves with no vetting whatsoever. If we say it, it must be true. Radio from Hell on X96.
You know how I can tell that Dylan's getting a little senile is that he's forgotten that he's doing this segment.
I forgot.
What?
You all right? I got my notes.
By the way, thank you for your help at the Lights Camera Brunch on
Welcome.
Sunday.
That was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What?
It's Squatter's 30th anniversary.
Yes, it is.
And Lights Camera Brunch is part of that. We'll probably be doing other celebratory things with them for that, I think.
We're working on it. I hope so. It's a lot of fun there. I've edited that Not Safe for Work podcast episode, and it'll be available a little later today. After we get off the air, I'll post it, and it will be there for all of your Not Safe for Work listening pleasure.
Say needs. I always
Needs.
like it when people say needs.
Your Not Safe for Work needs.
In commercials, when they say, for all of your blank needs. It's one of those crutches that people use in commercials. I like that. All of your house cleaning needs. Hi, Dylan.
Hi. One story, if you're a fan of the Radio from Hell show, one story we've been tracking for the past few months has been my slow physical and mental deterioration.
You're old.
I think so. Or I'm just losing my.
We keep you around because we thought we need some young people around.
We felt sorry for you,
but
though.
it's going the other way.
Felt sorry for you. I could see I could see that you're getting way old before your time.
Yeah, you really messed up hiring me to be a young person. I've never been that. So last night, I came home from our Sundance shows, and I watched Jeopardy, as I'm known to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then
he puts a shawl on and sits down.
And I knit sometimes while I watch. And then I've been trying to catch up on Billions, that Showtime show.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people like that.
Isn't it Paul Giamatti on that?
Yeah, and that British guy who never uses his real accent. He always tries to pretend that he's American.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
I fell asleep 5 minutes in, about 8 o'clock.
Yep.
So that was my night last night.
That sounds like an old person.
Well, I think it has more to do with getting up at 3 in the morning to come and do this.
It might.
Whereas I was up until 9:30, 10.
10:30.
You guys win. So I'm older than you guys.
I'll give you a pass.
But I think I might be losing my mind.
Why?
So the other day, I was cleaning up something in the kitchen, and and my sister is there, and she said, what? I said, what? She said, you were talking to me? No. She said, well, you were talking to somebody. And I was like, well, I was just thinking about cleaning the kitchen.
You were talking to yourself?
Were you?
And apparently I was kind of just going...
Shuffling around the kitchen, mumbling to yourself.
The bowls go.
Yeah,
I think the bowls go.
Damn kids!
And then it happened again last night. I was driving home from Park City, and I'm kind of going through the week, going through okay, so tomorrow we're going to we have the Radio from Hill. We're back in the studio. I'm glad I don't have to go to Park City. It's easier to go to the studio. And then we're going to post the Not Safe for Work show. Got to get that edited. That'll be good. Took some photos. We get some photos uploaded.
You didn't wet yourself at any point, did you?
Well, I don't know. The day's still early. I might. And then I realized I have been talking to myself in my car out loud alone.
You were saying that out loud.
For like 10 minutes. Going on. I'm like...
I hate to confirm your suspicions, but that is an old person thing to do.
I have two more things.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I had somebody open a jar for me the other day.
What?
A jar of what?
Pickles? Was it pickles?
Sure.
It's always pickles.
And then, lastly, I had to write all this down on a list.
That's the part so that you don't forget. Okay.
And if the capper would have been, I've written this all down on a list, but I can't read my own handwriting.
Well, that's something a young person would do. Yeah. Anyway, so I don't know, my slow physical and mental deterioration.
Well, here's the thing: is I used to talk to myself out loud in my car. I used to, and then I realized I was doing it, and then I stopped.
Okay.
And I'm older than you, so maybe this is something that you can correct.
Reverse direction?
Yeah.
Reverse course?
I mean, I used to talk to myself out loud. I used to do that, but I don't anymore.
The problem is, this last time I was doing it, or both times, I didn't know I was doing it until I'd been doing it for a while.
I wouldn't blame it on age. I would blame it on radio.
That's my sign-off today.
I
by the
blame
way.
everything on radio.
Blame it on radio.
Blame it on radio. It is not age. It is being on the radio.
It's okay. It just makes us all a little insane.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's. I think. I'm sort of serious about that. It's being on the radio has the tendency to make you.
Yes. I want to know the answer to this.
Where you headed?
I should have written it down in a list.
It has I think it has the tendency to make you
extemporaneous.
It has the tendency to create some gaps in your way of thinking sometimes.
I think
you jump around.
How about there's always a running commentary going on.
That's right.
Okay. How about that?
And then you jump from thing to thing to thing sometimes.
Right. You have when you have to talk for a long time for a living extemporaneously. I just wanted to use that word because I knew it.
Yeah.
That barrier between thinking it and saying it gets smaller.
That's what it is.
And then you forget. I often forget who I have said what to. I've been talking about things on the radio, and then I'll say to my wife, "Did I tell you about this, or did I tell the audience this, or did I
told somebody this.
I've been telling somebody something."
It's hard to separate it out. That's why I try not to talk after I leave here. I'm serious. Like when I go get my hair done, I'm there for like 3 hours, and I think a lot of times stylists feel like, so are you from around here? And they, but they know, no, Gina does not want to talk.
But then you risk being, that Gina Barberi was so rude.
No, they know. I'm like, I talk for a living, and I would like to not talk for
unfortunately, I'm the sort of person, I never stop. I just talk all the time.
You can't just sit there quietly?
Very seldom. I talk all the time to everybody about everything, and that's why I get confused.
If you've had the talk with your hairstylist or your masseuse or whoever it is, and if you've had that conversation, then
they love it because part of their job, they feel like they have to not only do your hair, but have a conversation. They get a break with me. I'm like, please, you take a break. I'll take a break.
I think I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to stop talking here. I'm going to start, because I talk all the time to almost all the time to everybody.
I think it's a valid experiment. Let's try it one day.
Let's see what happens if I just stop talking here for a while.
Yeah, we've talked about what I do with the stylist at the barbershop before. I just lie to him. How's your day? Do you have any plans for the weekend? I'll say like, oh yeah, we're going down to Moab this weekend.
Yeah, you're not.
So you just make stuff up.
Going with your wife? Yep, going with my wife. Oh, do you guys have kids? Yeah, 2 kids, boy and a girl, 4 and 6. How long have you been married?
Gotta keep it straight.
18 years.
Now, here's a texter with a very deep question.
Yo.
If I talk to you guys out loud, am I really talking to myself?
Yeah. No. Yeah, you are. You are. Because I do that too. I talk to the radio. I talk to the TV. I talk to anything.
I talk to my dog.
Every time New Grant says something stupid, I have to let him know.
Like we have conversations with the dog.
So did David Berkowitz. So watch it.
Bad from him. Crash eastbound 123rd South, 265 West in Draper. Crash southbound I-15 2100 North in Lehigh. Crash eastbound SR 201 84th West in Salt Lake. Crash northbound Bangor Highway 104th South. And let me check our message stream, see if anybody sent anything there. Crash northbound I-215 27th South blocking the right lane. Bangor at a crawl northbound at 114th South. So thank you for sending those. Thank you very much.
Here are the boner candidates, round 2 coming up. Boner candidate number 1. You don't let me lose. Let me start again. You don't let me use the lavatory. This is what you get. Boner candidate number 2. This boy is out of control. This boy needs weed cookies. And boner candidate number 3. But it's my job. I'm the buttocks inspector.
All right. We got round 2 of your boners, big boy news, all coming up. Everest Collision Repair.
That the name says it all.
They repair.
They repair collisions, and the Everest part, They keep your needs on top.
Now, it doesn't have to be a collision, although we've all had them and had Everest fix our cars up. But maybe you just want to get dings and dents and scratches, get your car tidied up, either to get it ready to sell or just for you.
Jamie Cox and his crews, I should say, because he has several shops and he keeps them all going. They will take your ride and they will fix it if you have wrecked it. They help minimize the stress after an accident by dealing with the insurance companies, the car rentals, and best yet, they will repair your car and make it look the way it should. So if you've been in an accident, tell Everest Collision Repair that we sent you. Because we never lie and we're always right. They'll pay up to $200 of your insurance deductible. You can see the individual Everest Collision Repair stores for details. And remember, download the Everest Collision app on iTunes and Google Play, and that'll help you out a lot.
That's the most important thing right there.
So Everest Collision Repair, there are four locations. The best way to find them is to go to everestcollisionrepair.com. They're in Salt Lake, Sandy, Tooele, and Ogden. Everest Collision Repair.
Here at X96. show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, it's 8:21. It is time for round 2 of your boner voting. Presenting now 3 news stories. They are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will listen to them and then decide, of these 3 stories, which one is the worst. Which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. If it wins here, it'll have to defeat the winner of round 1. We did that an hour ago. At 9:20 this morning is when boner of the day is decided. That's when we'll send both of the winners of each round to boner fight to determine that. So you've got to pick your champion for round 2 now. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote, and one of you lucky random boner voters will receive.
This is a good prize.
What?
It's a gift certificate to Zerorez. It's like $100. I want it. I can't win it. Somebody else will when they vote for the boner.
All right, here's boner candidate number 1. Well, if you don't let me use the lavatory, this is what you get. A Long Island woman. I hate it when they write stories this way because the giveaway is right in the first sentence. You know. Let's see if I can do it without giving it away right.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. State troopers in Long Island stopped Michael Nelson in the town of Hempstead around 1:35 in the morning and found that he'd had one too many drinks. So while the cops were trying to arrest Michael, his devoted wife, Alexandra, jumped out of their 2017 Mercedes-Benz and tried to stop them. The belligerent hubby then headbutted a trooper's face and body multiple times. The combative couple were taken to the East Meadow Barracks, where Alexandra, she got really upset. She spat on the troopers, she was combative, and she was sticking up for her drunk hubby. But she was pretty drunk herself, but she kept saying, "I have to go to the bathroom."
Okay.
I think that the troopers instigated her conduct, said their attorney, Mark Gann. She was begging them to go to the bathroom, and they wouldn't let her go to the bathroom, and that's when she became combative, said their attorney. Unfortunately, they put her into a very embarrassing situation. The attorney called the arrests overblown and exaggerated, and he said he thought that the police had escalated the situation as opposed to calming the situation.
I'm sure those two were very calm and reasonable to deal with.
And now Alexandra, the wife, faces charges including attempted assault, criminal possession of a controlled substance, and disorderly conduct because, well, not only was she combative, but she took off her pee-soaked underwear and threw them into the face of one of the officers. See, that was right in the first line of the story.
I'm glad you saved it.
Boner candidate number 1.
There's an awful lot of privilege happening in that story.
Yeah. Boner candidate number 1. You don't let me use the lavatory, that's what you get. So wasn't it better if I saved that last detail?
Right. Punchline. Boom.
So, yeah, news reporters, they're not.
They got to think like a joke writer.
Well, they're just getting out the facts. Boner candidate number 2. This boy is out of control. This boy needs weed cookies. A holistic Hollywood doctor's medical license went up in smoke. Yes, that's how.
I like the writing here. So
you see, that's how your newspaper reporters write comedy. A holistic Hollywood doctor's medical license went up in smoke after suggesting that a 4-year-old boy consume weed cookies to control his temper tantrums, according to a report. Dr. William Edelman, a natural medicine physician.
There he is at x96.com/live.
Who misdiagnosed the boy with attention deficit hyperactivity and bipolar disorder, recommended marijuana as treatment, the California Medical Board said. Tantrums alone do not support either diagnosis, the board's decision said, according to the Los Angeles Times. Being agitated and having trouble sitting still hint at ADHD, but could simply hint at a preschooler not happy to being driven many miles to a doctor's appointment. The board said that Mr. Edelman was grossly negligent for diagnosing the kid without consulting a psychiatrist and for but not for prescribing the weed. It has not been established by clear and convincing evidence, and again, remember the patient is 4 years old, that the recommendation of medical marijuana to the boy with his father's consent violated the standard of care. The board still found the recommendation of marijuana as treatment improper, since the boy actually didn't have the condition with which he was diagnosed. The doctor's license was pulled, but he says it's still active, and he continues to practice. So they took his license, but he said, "Oh no, they didn't. No, we took your license. No, you didn't. And I'm still practicing."
He's like Donald Trump.
Yeah. No, you didn't take my license. Well, we did. Well, I'm still practicing because you didn't. His lawyer, Tracy Green, said they've appealed the board's decision. And anyway, that's you get the gist of the story.
Yeah.
That boy is out of control. He needs weed cookies. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. But it's my job. I'm the buttocks inspector.
All right. Boner candidate number 3 for round 2. Coming up after this, big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by.
The Gateway is showing some love by giving away a Valentine's package. You can win a Sanctuary Day Spa massage, Fleming's Steakhouse dinner, and a $50 gift certificate to the Megaplex Theater. Enter at shopthegateway.com and explore all the dining and entertainment available at The Gateway, Utah's premier entertainment destination.
Should have had you dig out Alan Parsons' project. There's an eye in the sky over Bill Cosby.
Oh, God.
The Craws got an uninvited visitor last week.
At prison?
In the Gray Bar Hotel. Yeah, he's in the big house, and a drone was flown over his home, away from home. The State Correctional Institute, Phoenix. Sources familiar with the situation tell TMZ that the drone made the pass. Well, there it is. While Cosby was being escorted around the yard. It's my father-in-law's name, you know, Alan Parsons.
Project?
No, his last name is Parsons, not Project. He gets an escort due to his blindness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So TMZ was told the prison security measures detected the drone, and SCI Phoenix was immediately put under lockdown for a full day. Prison officials believe a media outlet sent the drone to get a shot of the 81-year-old Cosby, who's doing 3 to 10 for sexual assault.
But somebody told them, here's the time he's out in the...
Yeah, a guard or somebody.
Yeah. Because we haven't had a picture yet of Cosby in his prison jumpsuit.
So this is in Pennsylvania. Yeah, he's in a Pennsylvania prison, although it's called the State Correctional Institute Phoenix, but it's in Pennsylvania. For the record, all Pennsylvania prisons have drone detection systems. So it was easy for them to pick it up.
I guess this has been happening a lot with drones dropping things in prison yards.
Like contraband.
And phones and things like that.
Here's your cigarettes.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't believe you let Bill talk you into playing this.
I know, right? And it's weird because
you're trying to get all the way to the hook.
Trying to get to the hook
it's right here.
now. And,
what a terrible song.
I kind of like it.
Do you really?
Yeah. I bought it on 45 when it came out.
Now I guess it just reminds you of a certain time of your life.
I didn't. Yeah, it's weird how I bought it. I just saw the cover, and I went, oh, and I just bought it, and I went home and listened to it, and I went, oh, that's not bad.
I can't think of another Alan Parsons song. Can you?
Well,
you really want to go down the Alan Parsons?
Let's do the new. I don't.
Do you just real quick?
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Where do we go from here? Now that all games people play, that's what it is.
Very good.
I knew I'd get it. I had to sing it in my head really fast, and then I got
I think the reason that I picked it up is because he was a producer on Dark Side of the Moon. That's probably why I was interested.
Authorities in Summit County arrested a Utah doctor, a surgeon, for stealing from a private party during the Sundance Film Festival.
Ooh, what did he steal?
According to jail records, Kenneth Wesley G.
Dr. Kenneth
Wesley G. was detained Sunday night at Montage Deer Valley Resort, where staff accused him of stealing approximately $900 in items from a party at the hotel. Security told Park City police officials that Dr. G had taken the items during a private function at the hotel. Staff members recognized Dr. G when he returned to the Montage Sunday night, according to police. When an officer questioned Dr. G about the theft, he reportedly said, "Yes, I had taken some things that do not belong to me." The officer's report indicated that Dr. G initially said his name was Kenneth Jeffs, but later he admitted that he had used a fake name and provided the officer with his correct name and date of birth. According to Dr. G's online profile, he's an orthopedic surgeon at the Tanner Clinic in Layton. He also said he had been a member of the Deer Valley Ski Patrol for 25 years. Apparently, he just saw some stuff that he really liked and doesn't say.
What he took.
Really liked and just couldn't.
News writers, come on.
He could not resist. Tennessee State Representative Antonio Parkinson, Democrat, is gaining national headlines after he has proposed a measure to enforce a dress code on parents in the state when they come to school to see their kids. The Tennessee Democrat told Today in an interview published on Friday that he realized it was time for parents to adhere to a set of rules after hearing a number of horror stories from educators and constituents about how parents dress and behave when visiting the state's public schools. People wearing next to nothing, wearing shirts or tattoos with expletives, coming to school on campus, cursing the principal or the teacher out. These things happen regularly, Parkinson said. A principal I talked to told me a lady came into the office wearing her sleepwear with some of her body parts hanging out.
Yeah, at least get dressed.
You got children coming down the hall in a line, and they can possibly see this, he said.
Please, you're going to the school to talk to your teachers, not Walmart. I mean,
Parkinson told the news publication that in addition to the dress code aspect of the bill, the measure he's pushing would also ask public school districts across Tennessee to create their own codes of conduct for adults visiting public schools. Let's see. This is Donald Trump hit back at Ann Coulter. Now, she said, congratulations, George H.W. Bush. You're no longer the biggest wimp president. Now Donald Trump is. Well, Donald Trump, he hit back at Ann Coulter really hard.
What did he do?
He said, well, I hear she's become very hostile. Maybe I didn't return her phone call or something. Wow.
That's it, huh?
Wow, he really got her. And here's a really good one. Donald Trump has tweeted, numerous states introducing Bible literacy classes, giving students the option of studying the Bible, starting to make a comeback. Great. So he said, the Bible's starting to make a comeback. Great.
You heard of this thing, the Bible?
And someone tweeted, well, according to the Bible, you should be put to death for adultery.
There's lots of tweets about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 2 Corinthians, my favorite. You read this? 2 Corinthians? Yeah. You read this? Nobody remembers that, do they?
No. Let's see. We have a little time.
Quick story.
I just want you to know, Gina, and
yes,
this is for a lot of people. A regular serving of fried chicken or fish is associated with a higher risk of death from any cause except cancer. That's according to
Seems a little broad.
According to a new study done in postmenopausal women in the United States. Women who enjoy fried chicken once or more per day had a 13% higher risk.
Once or more per day? You're having fried chicken at 2 different meals?
No, that is called living your best life.
Had a 13% higher risk of death from any cause compared with women who did not eat any fried food.
Why just women?
According to the study published Wednesday in the medical journal BMJ. Women eating a daily portion of fried fish or shellfish saw a 7% higher risk of death. The authors highlight that limiting the consumption of fried foods, in particular fried chicken or fish, and therefore should be good for public health. We know fried food consumption is something very common in the United States and also around the world. Unfortunately, we know very little about long-term health effect of fried food consumption. It is particularly bad for women.
Shouldn't we be looking into more important things?
Fried food,
ruining food for me.
Fried food. Gina, I know you like a lot of fried foods.
Everybody likes fried chicken.
But
show me somebody that doesn't like fried chicken.
But Gina, I'm just saying, you do have the tendency to eat a lot of fried foods.
I trust it. It was dipped in a boiling vat of oil. It kills things.
Gina has a point.
Including you!
Gina has a point. Even chicken will eat fried chicken.
See?
I have witnessed it.
It just goes right past her.
I know.
It just goes right
That's
past
fine.
her. Yeah.
Sports, weather, traffic.
Dr. Ruth is updating her Sex for Dummies book for millennial readers. She was just up at Sundance, and sex is a sport. So, good. Thanks, Dr. Ruth.
That sports?
Yeah, well, the Super Bowl's this weekend. We're kind of
Okay.
in between things.
All right.
There'll be more next week.
Okay.
Weather, so 40 for a high, and we're building in the bad air again. So try to limit your driving if you can. Shorter trips and trip chain. Figure out what you're doing for your day to make your driving least impactful possible. Crash 114 South 28th West in South Jordan. Crash Main Street and Burton Lane in Kaysville. Crash westbound I-84th East in Salt Lake. Crash 123rd South 265 West in Draper. Crash southbound I-15 2100 North in Lehigh. Check our message stream. Somebody says accident Harris and 9th and Ogden. No slowage, but dumbasses are out in force. So thank you for alerting us to that. The Zerorez winter sale is on this week. 3 days only. Get your home Zerorez-ified for just $28 per room. Minimums apply. Offer valid for rooms of carpet or tile. $28 per room. Sale ends Wednesday. Schedule your cleaning with Zerorez today.
Here's boner candidate number 3. But it's my job. I'm the buttocks inspector. A man is facing charges after, this is in Kernersville, North Carolina.
Okay.
A man is facing charges after thrusting his face into the buttocks of multiple women in Kernersville. Stephen Ryan Shufford, arrested on multiple counts of assault on a female. Police investigated at least 3 reports of a man inappropriately touching women in Kernersville. These incidents all happened in an area where people were shopping. One of the 911 callers said Mr. Shufford followed her in a parking lot and inside the store. He is accused of sneaking up behind women and thrusting his face into their buttocks. One woman said she was shopping inside the Walmart when Mr. Shufford crawled up behind her and thrust his face into her buttocks. She started yelling and ran off. The assaulted victim was doing well on Monday but was disgusted by the situation, the police said. Mr. Shufford said, "Well, it's my job. I'm the buttocks inspector." Boner candidate number 3.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. Don't let me use the lavatory, and this is what you get. A woman tossing her urine-soaked panties at a cop during her husband's DUI arrest.
Awful lot of privilege there.
Yeah, they're driving their
Mercedes,
BMW.
BMW, yeah.
A boner candidate number 2. The boy is out of control. The boy needs weed cookies, said the self-styled. Well, no, he did have some sort of a license as a holistic medical provider. It's a 4-year-old boy who was just actually pretty. He doesn't have any condition. He was just angry at a long car trip to visit the holistic medicine doctor. And boner candidate number 3. But it's my job. I'm the buttocks inspector.
All right. Here we go. This is round 2 of your boner voting. You've got to decide, of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and face off against the winner of round 1's voting that we did an hour ago. So we need a champion for round 2 now. We'll send them both, the winning round numbers, champions, to Boner Fight at 9:20. That's when you'll decide Boner of the Day. So pick your champion for round 2 now. 1, 2, or 3. Remember the candidate number that you think should win. Put that number in the message of a text. That's all we need in the message, that single digit. Text it to 33986. You can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. Parker will take your vote in the producer's booth. Or you can go to x96.com. Look for the box that says January 29 Boner Voting and vote there. You got less than 300 seconds. Round 2. Let's go.
When Carrie, Bill, and Gina run out of things to bitch about, we give you a 1-hour nonstop music win. Any given moments? Follow him on Twitter at RFHBill. Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, before we award the boner winner for round 2, we need to remind you about Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
This is interesting. Now, I'm just going over the copy here. Hale has frozen over.
It has?
Yes. Scott Hale, Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Free Brewery is here. Free Brewery.
Oh, I see what he did.
Scott likes to play on words.
He likes to play on words. But this is the deal. Now, listen. This February, buy a full central air system. So that would be air conditioning.
Because you're not thinking about that in February.
And so if you do that, you will get a free furnace.
So
you
okay.
Buy a tankless water heater.
Okay.
Get a free 40-gallon water heater in Free Brewery.
Oh, you should take advantage of this. These are great.
Call Scott Hale today, 264-HALE, 801-264-HALE. Scott Hale, amazingly different, surprisingly better. Need a full sewer replacement. That often happens. Buy yours from Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Get a free 40-gallon water heater. This is amazing. Take advantage of their free brewery deals. Call Scott Hale today, 801-264-HALE, before Hale freezes over.
All right, let's award round 2 of your boners.
All right, that's pretty cool, Scott Hale.
Brought to you in part by?
Let's see, the butter chicken, let's say.
And Zerorez winter sale on this week, 3 days only. Get your home Zerorez-ified for just $28 per room. Minimums apply. Offer valid for rooms of carpet or tile. $28 per room. Sale ends Wednesday. Schedule your cleaning with Zerorez today.
So boner candidate number 1 was, don't let me use the lavatory. This is what you get. Woman and her privileged husband driving their BMW. They get into a DUI thing with the cops. She says, you didn't let me use the lavatory, and she threw her pee-soaked panties in the cop's face. Boner candidate number 2, this boy's out of control. This boy needs weed cookies. The so-called doctor losing his license after suggesting that this 4-year-old kid, who was really out of control because he was angry, needed marijuana to control his temper tantrum. And boner candidate number 3 was my job. I'm the buttocks inspector. This man charged with thrusting his face into the buttocks of several women in North Carolina. Jeffrey Giles won the Zerorez Prize, and the winner, boner candidate number 3, the buttocks inspector.
All right. That surprises me. All right. Well, there you go. You pick them. That's the winner of round 2. It is now qualified to be boner of the day. It'll have to defeat the winner of round 1's voting. Going to be an interesting contest at 9:20. You've got to decide who is boner of the day. All right. We got another film festival interview right now.
This is pretty weird. Now, this movie...
The movie is A Great Lamp.
We never did find out, interviewing these people, what this movie was actually about.
They don't know what it's about.
I don't think they do.
But they were entertaining.
They were kind of weird.
All right, here we go.
The name of the movie is A Great Lamp. It is a Slamdance narrative feature. We have with us the director, Saad Qureshi. Is that correct?
That is correct.
We have with us also Max Wild, who is the editor and an actor in the movie. Steven is an actor in the movie. And also with us, Donald, who is the cinematographer. I don't have any idea what A Great Lamp is about. I haven't seen it, but I'm trying to read this description, and I still don't know what it's about. It says, Max Wheat pastes pictures of their dead grandma, Howie listens to fountain pennies and grants wishes, and Gene lives out of his car in exile from his family, which they discover a prophetic meeting coming out of a fabled rocket launch in his heartfelt kaleidoscope of pain and friendship.
Did you get the right?
What the hell?
Is that the right description?
That is what happens, to be fair.
Yeah, technically speaking.
Oh, well, okay then.
All right.
Yeah, what's wrong with you? That made total sense
Yeah,
to
sure.
me.
So who wants to give me a brief thumbnail sketch of the movie?
Yeah, I'll knock it out. I mean,
Okay.
You did actually do it. The reason why it's scattered is because when you make a movie, you've got like one vision and everyone kind of just does it.
Yeah.
So we kind of didn't do that. We just had these meetings at a cafe. Everybody wanted to do different things on camera. And we said, okay, we'll just try to do all those things and see if we can piece them together. So the movie is, I would say, scattered and arguably disorganized, but I think it works in a way that kind of, like when you're meeting up with friends you haven't seen in a long time and everyone's talking over each other and it's sort of warm and more like that as opposed to an interview, which I think most movies feel like to me sometimes, or a soapbox of some kind.
Well, but you had a director here.
Sure.
So did anybody pay any attention to Sod here?
Man, hell no. I'm kidding. We're friends.
I've been told my voice is just too quiet and people just don't hear me.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Yeah.
So we have Steven, who was an actor in the movie. What did you play and how did you do it?
I played Gene, who is loosely based on Sod.
Okay.
I'm I have to watch what I say about the character. But basically, Sod and I just discussed what we wanted to show on screen, and we basically improvised every scene based on like the emotion or the situation.
Well, it says here the movie is a terrifically trippy four-legged Zen bender.
That's true.
A great lamp, a twisted balloon animal. No petting zoo of thorns could refuse.
I have no idea.
I'm glad you're as unclear as we are.
How about you, Donald? What do you have to say about the movie A Great Lamp?
Well, we're a bunch of friends. We really like each other, and we all went on vacation to make a movie together. And other people like it, which is really exciting and surprising.
Could I ask you guys what drugs were involved in this movie?
Yo, I quit my job. I'm like, to make it, like, that's the drug.
Yeah.
Quit your job, man.
Me personally, that entire year I had spent eating only meals that consisted of small fries and a Coke from McDonald's.
That's not a drug.
Yeah? Okay.
So.
How about the title, A Great Lamp?
Oh, that's a great story.
Yeah.
So while Saad and I were in film school together, we were both like in a particular spot that was rather dark, and we made a film about how we noticed it was dark outside, and we need.
Was it at night?
No, the sun was going down, and
not quite night.
It was not quite night.
Twilight, perhaps.
But Saad says it's dark outside, darker than usual. We need a lamp, a great lamp. And that was a short film that we made in college that kind of and we never came up with a better title for any other movie since then. So we just kind of like just kept it for this future.
Have any of your parents checked in on the money they spent on college at all?
No, they don't know we're here actually.
I see. So you've shown the film to some audiences of friends, or have you shown it to audiences who have no idea?
We have shown friends and family who, to be fair, had no idea,
and they liked it.
Yes, everyone seems to like it. Everyone seems to get the emotion because, all joking aside, this movie came from a kind of dark time in our personal lives, and the reason we made it was mostly because we just wanted an excuse to hang out, and movies is what we do, and so that was the best way to find that reason,
and to maybe shed some light and shine some light on the dark times and make them go away.
I mean, if the process reflects product, right? So if the whole point was us going on vacation to see each other again, the movie ended up being about like friendship and people chilling in the street and doing vandalism. Which, I mean, I'm for that. It's the truth.
I mean, I am for that. So, and it brought you together. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and Saad always says this, but in a way, the movie kind of like saved all of us. So we were all miserable in our own lives, and then we came together and we made this movie in 2 weeks. We were sleeping on floors all in the same apartment, and we thought nobody was going to see it, and we were just going to post it on YouTube. And it's just crazy that we're here.
And yet somebody at Sundance saw it and said, "We like
ridiculous.
this. Let's show it."
Cool.
So you've done this, and but now that's over. But do you feel now motivated to go on and to do other stuff, and things are good?
Now we know how easy it is, so we're just going to do it again. It's not that hard. What's everyone complaining about? It's just a movie. So I mean, like, we didn't have money. We didn't have a script. We had a blueprint we made because we went on a group date to a coffee shop, and it worked out really well. So I kind of figure we've got something down pat. Like, I don't know. Yeah, we're just gonna do more of it. Why not?
There was never a discussion of not doing this, whether or not this movie got seen by anybody. So we were always gonna keep doing it. I mean, the key to this movie was we did it with like no money, so there's no reason we can't do it again.
Okay, I mean, I like that.
Yeah.
I like you came out with some positivity, and you will keep doing it. and I think people should see it. It's a great lamp. It's at the Slamdance Film Festival, part of the narrative feature category. You can see it today, 3 p.m. in the ballroom, and then on Tuesday, the 29th, in the gallery. A great lamp, and if you don't see it here, I hope you can see it somewhere else. There's places online, perhaps.
There will be.
There will be.
You can torrent it, I'm sure.
I'm doing it right now.
As you should. You should steal
you're
this
looking
movie.
at
Kidding.
you will be able to find some trailers for it, I think, online right now, probably.
Slamdance.com.
Yeah, slamdance.com. Look for A Great Lamp. Thanks for being here, you guys.
Can I say one last message?
Yes, you can.
I just want to say before we leave, movies are bad, and the way they're made are bad. Our movie is good because we made it good.
Okay.
Someone from Hollywood is outside who would like to speak to you.
Oh,
Come see Great Lamp.
No, actually.
It's not going to offer you any money ever.
That's okay. We'll take it.
Every weekday afternoon, join me, Todd Newcomb.
Tonight on the Channel 2 News at 10, it's
Rod Decker, Undercover.
Tonight, Rod investigates Hooters restaurant.
Here in Midvale, the state's first Hooters restaurant is about to open. The management of this establishment has placed ads in local papers looking for employees. Hooters is known for hiring only buxom women. Tonight, I've put on this pair of ample falsies, my favorite blonde wig, and these tight-fitting Gloria Vanderbilt black denim jeans. Let's see what happens when I take our hidden cameras inside and apply for a job.
Next. Let me see. It says here your name is Rhonda Decker and you've had the previous experience waiting tables.
That's correct. I know at least 6 different ways to sing happy birthday to a customer.
Well, Rhonda, thanks for coming by. We'll call you if we have anything for you.
That's it? That's my interview?
Well, you just aren't Hooters material, Rhonda.
So what you're telling me is that you've made a decision based entirely upon my appearance. What is it about me that you don't think makes the grade? Are my breasts too small?
No, they look like C cups to me. You meet our minimum requirement there. But there's more to being a Hooters server than having big breasts. Look at these tight shorts. I can't believe that you could greet people in this outfit and feel confident.
I happen to have a nice ass. Yes, I could do that outfit justice. You have failed to see me as a person and are judging me on my looks instead of my skill.
Hey, wait a minute. You're that Channel 2 news guy.
You must be mistaken. I'm a young, unemployed waitress with an ample bosom.
You're Rod Decker. The news must not pay very well if you're trying this hard to be a Hooters girl.
There you have it. Hooters isn't your average eatery, and their employees aren't exactly run-of-the-mill either. I tried to gain employment, but apparently I just didn't stack up. The scenery here will rival the majestic mountains of the Wasatch Front. Join us again as I go undercover in search of more titillating stories. This is Rod Decker, KUTV News.
Remain seated with Gina Barberi on X96 Radio from Hell.
Let's see. It's 9:04.
Why? Look who's here.
Oh, I don't have his jingle handy.
Oh, wait, I have a sponsor quickly.
Oh, you do? Okay, good.
Have you been to Moochie's lately? They're cooking up something new for you. Besides their famous authentic Philly cheesesteak, try the new Philly cheesesteak egg rolls, differently delicious.
You know what I usually get at Moochie's?
What's that?
I get the chicken. This is not their most popular sandwich. You know, it's like the meatball sandwich or the
Philly cheesesteak. Yeah.
But I like their chicken sandwich, chicken breast.
Oh.
You know, that sliced pieces of chicken. But I didn't get that last time. My wife misunderstood, or they misunderstood, and they gave me chicken salad.
Oh, chicken salad.
Which I didn't know they had.
Oh, I didn't either.
It was great.
Really?
So now I'm going to get chicken salad at Moochie's.
I get the Reuben. Oh, hi, Todd.
Tuesday turns with Todd on X96 Radio from Hell.
Hi, Todd. It's
Hey.
Todd Newcomb. He's here to play us a song.
Yeah, well, we were talking a couple days ago when the Weezer album came out, the Teal album. So they surprised everyone by delivering just a full covers album.
Yes.
And a lot of the songs are from the 80s that they cover. I mean, there's a few that are not. But, and, you know, it's fun.
That's the thing.
It's silly. I enjoy it. I don't go with the hate on all this.
I'm not going to say another word about it.
I mean, they had the tremendous success with Africa.
Right.
And it's not just our station, folks. It's around the nation that people love. I mean, it was a Saturday Night Live sketch. Okay,
Yes.
that's how much success they had with this remake. And then they released this album, and I saw a tweet that says, "Is this a joke or what?"
No.
And I wanted to say, no, they're having the last laugh.
So, yeah, it is kind of a joke for
is
them.
what's happening.
They're enjoying it. And the thing is, with Weezer covers, as with Africa, they don't really change it up. They just do the song. So,
and that's,
kind
that's
of
Bill's complaint.
I think it is a joke, and they're sitting there going, "Can you believe these suckers?"
Well, I mean, and that is a legitimate complaint for some people. I mean, there was a ska band, Bucko 9, that redid that Joe Jackson song, "Is She Really Going Out with Him?" And it sounded exactly like Joe Jackson, so I thought, what's the point?
But for people that are saying they're just trying to cash in on this, if they're playing an album of covers, that money goes to the people that wrote the songs.
Yeah.
They're not making bank on this.
They're not making a lot, no. And plus, I got it on Spotify, so I don't know how much they're
They did it
actually
for fun.
Yeah. And they have, so there's a real Weezer album coming March 1st that has no covers, at least as far as we know, on it. You know, that, like the song that we're playing, Can't Knock the Hustle, is going to be on that, plus a bunch of new original Weezer songs. So that's coming.
That's good.
This was just them being Weezer.
Yeah, exactly. You can't be more Weezer than this.
And, you know, and I listen to it and I like it. I mean, it's fun. These are great songs, every one of them. They cover that there's a Turtle song in there. There's even a TLC song. They cover Aha. They cover Eurythmics.
Yeah.
And then the one we're going to play today.
Well, cover Black Sabbath.
Oh, yeah,
too.
they covered. And then Tears for Fears. They
And
covered Everybody Wants to Rule the World from that band. And this originally came out in like 85 from Tears for Fears.
Tears for Fears. So here we are. It's Tuesday Tunes with Todd from the Teal album, This Outfit, Weezer, and their version of Everybody Wants wants to rule the world. Tuesday Tunes with Todd on X96. But admit it, you were singing along to it. You got to admit that.
If I were a talented musician and could play instruments and sing, this would be a fun song to play, and that's what Weezer did. It's a great song. I mean, you can't argue. And that, you know, the real Weezer album, the Weezer Black Album, as they're calling it, will come out March 1st.
March 1st.
So
I'm looking
original
forward to
Weezer
it.
stuff. This is just fun. And
it's kind of an appetizer.
Yeah, and I don't know that we need to actually get some of these songs and play them. I mean,
well,
maybe we will. Who knows?
There's a couple.
I enjoy it.
I mean, guiltily, I'm down.
There's a couple I could recommend. All right. Well, thank you very much, Todd. Thanks for bringing that. And we'll see you at the meeting later.
Maybe.
Thursday Turns with Todd on X96. Ran from hell.
Whatever I play next week, it won't be a cover.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Thank you very much, Todd. All right. We'll be back in a bit with boner fights. Stand by for that. A reasonable amount of news as well on the way. Hastur Games. Their website, HasturGames.com. Of course, Hastur Games has been at 6831 South State for a very long time. They are true professionals, but they have just kind of redone their place. You know, freshen it up a bit, and they'd like you to come in and take a look at it. And their slogan, "It's a great place to stay and play," is for real, because if you're unfamiliar with a game and want to get familiar with it, they're more than happy to sit you down at one of their many game tables and walk you through it to see if it's a game that you would like or understand, or if you're confused about something. They're more than happy to ask questions. They have long hours so that you can do this. Great place to stay and play. Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Friday, 11 a.m. to midnight. Saturday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and on Sunday from 12 to 5. Coming up this month, Star Trek Catan and BattleTech Beginner Box are both in stock. The number one game, it's rated the number one game by people who gamers. Gloomhaven is back in stock, and it's huge. I don't mean in popularity. I mean, it's a big box.
Oh, I see.
It's also huge in popularity. Brand new games available include Blossoms and Tokyo Highway. Go to HasturGames.com if you're antisocial, and you can see game demos there. I would suggest you go down and see the game demos in person. Stop by and see the new newness that is Hastur Games. They also buy your pre-owned board games, and be sure to tell them Radio from Hell sent you. Hastur Games, 6831 South State.
X96.
I haven't dyed my goatee.
Don't. Looks stupid.
I'm not going to. You, however, Gina, should.
Dye my goatee?
I think
Is
so.
it embarrassing?
It is. It's getting to be embarrassing.
People are talking.
You dye your hair and you dye your eyebrows, but you just let your nose hairs and your goatee go. And when you have gray nose hairs and a gray goatee,
I've been nose waxing. I've been going to your nose
You
wax
have?
place. Yes. What do you can't tell?
no, I don't make a habit of looking up your nostrils.
Good, I'm glad.
I looked up your old address one time, but I didn't. But I have never looked up your nostrils. Why do you go more than? I mean, I go once every 3 months or
They
something.
call me, don't they call you? It's been about a month since you've been in.
No.
Got to get on that frequent waxer program.
There's a punch card.
Have you had Jules do it?
No, because the first time I went to somebody else, and so now I'm on.
Well, see,
her.
I think Jules is kind of a hippie or something.
She's a free spirit.
She doesn't. She does. She said. I think she said one time she'd call me, and then she never does.
No. This girl's like, Valentine's Day's coming up. You might want to get your nose waxed before Valentine's, because that's what you do before.
See, you haven't noticed any hairs hanging out my nose.
Well, it's hard because you've got a mustache, so it's hard to tell where the nose hairs begin and the.
So until it becomes really obvious, I don't have anything. I don't have any need to do it.
What's gross is when it is really obvious, even when you have a mustache. The nose hairs. Because I think some people think, well, I don't need to take care of that.
And it's usually just one rogue hair I'll notice. I'll go, wait a minute. Oh, my God.
That's why I keep tweezers in the car. Best light. Best place to do that.
In the car?
In the car with your visor down in the mirror. The light's great. You can get right up in there.
You might try concentrating on the driving
Well,
part
I'm
of
not
it.
doing it while I'm driving.
What do you?
If you see me in a parking lot, I'm probably plucking a hair out of somewhere.
I'd better pull over and pluck a hair out of something.
You've never looked in that mirror in the bright sunlight and gone, "Oh, I didn't know I had hair there."
Yeah, well, I have, but I can't.
Tweezers in your car.
But it's only when I'm standing on the seat. That's the only time I've ever noticed. It's when I'm standing on the seat and bending over to reach something. I didn't know I had hair there.
Wait a minute.
Somebody get me some tweezers and a long arm. So anyway, I guess we ought to start the show.
Thank you.
Ow! I don't tweeze the hairs in my nose because it brings a tear to my eye.
Oh.
Every time I do it, it's like you pull it, and doesn't it do that to you?
Sure.
Doesn't it make your eye go blink? And
That's how I can get away with seeing Chappie in the theaters, because the robot's going to die at some point.
Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, 9:23. We got boner fight coming up in about 5 minutes, so stand by for that. But first, a reasonable amount of news brought to you by...
Woo! Lucky's Auto Credit, 77 cents and a job. Get you a car. That is awesome. They'll front the tax, title, and license. 77 cents total to drive away today. Apply online at luckysautocredit.com. Woo!
Well, Colin Jost from Saturday Night Live.
Is that who we saw up at Park City?
No, it wasn't.
No.
It was the one who plays Putin. And
that's right.
I don't recall.
Recent date night with Scarlett Johansson. They were at the Swanky Polo Bar. And if you've ever been there, you know.
We're not allowed to go there,
swanky.
Bill.
Well, I don't know why I was in there, but I was. And I saw Colin, he got off on the wrong foot. Somebody else's. Colin walked in. I think he was distracted. He was looking for his upper lip. And he accidentally stepped on a woman's foot and immediately apologized. I was, watching this happen. And then he said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And then he continued on to his table, and the woman turned to her friend and said, "Colin Jost just stepped on my foot." She was kind of pleased, actually. And he was then escorted downstairs where his girlfriend was waiting for him at a table with two other people, Scarlett Johansson.
Mm-hmm.
And she was wearing a pink sweater I saw there, and her hair was up, and she was wearing glasses, and she didn't have on any makeup. But, she looked better than every woman in the room anyway.
So I read the story this morning, and I thought to myself, if you remove Scarlett Johansson from this story...
This is not a story.
This is not a story.
No.
It's barely a story
even
anyway.
With Scarlett Johansson.
Barely a story.
The story is he's still dating Scarlett Johansson. That's the story.
And he was polite.
Yeah.
He stepped on a woman's foot and he was polite.
Beck Bennett.
That's the SNL?
That's the SNL guy. I think it was him. Or it might have been another ordinary-looking white guy.
So now I'm going to do a little log rolling here.
Yes?
A little log rolling. A little.
I don't know what that means.
That means you do. If you're log rolling, that means you're promoting something of your own or your family's.
Oh, okay.
So Coming up on Wednesday night, tomorrow night, local performing artists and self-proclaimed weirdos, of which my son is one, my younger
Local
son.
weirdos.
Yeah, are gathering at the historic Beehive Social Club, which is at 666 State Street on Wednesday, to celebrate the old vaudeville tradition of the Weirdo Act. This is produced by Utah's own Cluster Flock Cabaret.
Excuse me?
Cluster Flock.
Careful.
It's Cluster Flock.
Okay.
Gonzo Rising. It's the Cluster Flock Cabaret, Gonzo Rising All Weirdo Review, tracing the history of the weird and terrible acts historically used to clear the theaters. So between, if they needed to clear out the audience for the next show, they would put these people on stage. We honor the tradition of such vaudeville acts as Le Pétoman, the farter. There was a guy, and it was actually a guy who would come out and he'd be able to fart tunes and blow out candles. And our patron saint, Gonzo the Great, said the host and local burlesque MC, Six Maddox. Tickets are $10 at the door. The show is not age restricted, but weird means weird, so be aware that, it's not for young people. Parental guidance is suggested, and my son is one of the performers.
What's he doing?
He does things like the blockhead act. He hammers nails into his nose.
Oh, my God, he does?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Big, long, 9-inch nails with a hammer.
Okay.
Yeah, he can eat a light bulb.
So are these things he practices at home?
Yes.
And has that, where do you learn how to hammer a nail into your head? A YouTube video?
I was just going to say YouTube video.
Yeah, there's, there's the dinosaur ballet. Again, this is not for children.
No.
You can find out more about it by going to...
Are you going to go?
No.
Have you seen him do this?
Yes.
How can you...
It's hammering the nail into your nose is really not that big a deal.
There is a trick to it.
I know,
there's a trick to it. When the first time you see it, you go, what do you... but then you see... Well, listen, you see it twice and you go, oh, yeah, there he goes, hammering a nail into his nose again.
All right. Okay, thank you.
It's Boner Fight with Radio from Hell on X96.
Yeah, that's tomorrow. Okay, so here are your boner candidates from the 7 o'clock hour. Boner candidate number 1, the winner from that round. So when are they going to wrap Roger in a shroud and dump him in the sea? Roger Stone, Trump dirty trickster ally, Nixon dirty trickster ally.
He's been a Republican dirty trickster for a very long time.
He has a tattoo of Richard Nixon on his left or right shoulder on his back. Picture of Richard Nixon's face. He says that the FBI, when they arrested him, treated him worse than Osama bin Laden. Roger, I don't think they shot you in the head and wrapped you up in a shroud and weighted your body down and dumped you in the sea. I don't think that happened. That goes up against boner candidate number 2. But it's my job. I'm the buttocks inspector. A man charged in North Carolina with going around in a Walmart and thrusting his face into women's buttocks. I'm the buttocks inspector, he said. That's number 2.
All right, there you go. You've got to decide of these 2 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to be boner of the day. 1 or 2. Remember the candidate number, the one you think should win. Put that number in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. You can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Fight January 29, 2019, and vote there. If you don't see that box, refresh. It should appear. All right, you got 300 seconds. Let's go. This is Boner of the Day.
Start your workday at 10 a.m. with a 1-hour non-stop music wingding on X96. Innocent Family Show. Radio from Hell on Utah's original alternative X96.
All right, 9:36, time to award Boner of the Day.
And that is brought to you by...
In part
by all kinds of delicious Indian food.
And lease a 2018 Honda Civic LX CVT from Stockton 12 Honda for just $5 a day. Honda Civics just $5 a day, only at Stockton 12 Honda in the Southtown Auto Mall.
Boner candidate number 1 was... So when are they going to wrap Roger up in a shroud and dump him in the sea? Roger Stone, when he was arrested by the FBI, said he was treated worse than Osama bin Laden. No, he was not.
No.
They knocked on his door. I mean, they arrested him, no doubt about
yes.
it. But they knocked on his door, and they put him in a in a car, and they took him and booked him, and then took him to a judge.
Yeah, they had a warrant for you.
Yeah.
All right. Did Osama have one?
No, they went in and shot him in the head, and then wrapped him up and weighted him down and put him in the ocean.
Yeah.
It's a different thing.
It's a sort of different, Roger.
You got standard procedure, Roger.
And then Boner candidate number 2 was but it's my job. I'm the buttocks inspector. A man in North Carolina charged with going into a Walmart and then shoving his face into the buttocks of various women who were shopping in the Walmart there. He was the buttocks inspector. You know, that's what he did. Hiram the dry cleaner.
Oh,
Hiram
was a random voter, and won the T-shirt. And the winner of the voting, Boner candidate number 1, Roger Stone.
Mm-hmm. All right, Roger is now Boner of the Day for January 29th, 2019, and is now eligible to be Boner of the Week. That will be decided on Friday at about this time.
Look who came into our studio here. Just the man Gina needs to see.
Wow.
Jake from Zerorez.
I was just talking to my husband a couple days ago saying, I want a top-to-bottom house cleaning. I want all the carpet, I want the couch, I want the chair, I want the tie. And he said, set it up. And
Zerorez does all of that.
That's what we do.
And I was thinking, though, I bet people think that now is not a good time to do carpet cleaning.
You know, that's said a lot. And, you know, with us, it doesn't matter. Our carpets dry super fast. The windows don't have to be open.
I think people think, you got to wait till it's warm outside to clean your carpets. No.
And I'll bet that window open thing is what they're thinking.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But with Zerorez, you don't have that
Because
problem.
you don't have to have the windows open for the carpet to dry, and you don't have to air it out because it doesn't smell bad.
Right. We're not going to use any harsh chemicals. We use powered water. It's our patented thing, right? And we clean carpets without leaving that smell or the crunchy chemicals in the house, and you don't feel like, oh, I need the fresh air from the... It feels fresh after the clean. You don't search for the fresh air afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You can't give a time how long it takes to dry, but I've seen it, and it's very quick.
Oh, absolutely. And if there's specific rooms that you're looking for, we've got fans that we're able to bring in and get your specific rooms dry, potentially even before we leave.
And is there a deal incentive to call now?
Absolutely. Right now, we're actually running a 3-day sale. Today's day 2.
Okay, so today and tomorrow is the only time this is available.
Yep, that's it. And it's $28 per room, carpet or tile.
Okay.
Now, that doesn't mean you have to have them come to your house in the next day or 2. You just book it.
That's correct. You need to call and take advantage of the deal by calling in to get that deal today or tomorrow.
Now, I assume some restrictions apply. Like, well, I got this room, and it's a ballroom or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So 200 square feet on carpet and about 100 square feet on tile.
Okay. So who do you call?
You call us at 801-288-9376. Same thing that Gina would do if she wanted to get her carpets clean, right?
I'm going to today.
So this is a reminder for Gina, 801-288-9376.
That's Zero, right?
Zero, yep. And ask for the deal. Mention this, that we're talking about this. Hey, you guys clean? I don't have to open my windows? Exactly.
I heard Jake on Radio from Hell on X96, and he said I could get what's the price again?
$28 per room, carpet
or tile.
or tile.
Okay. That's just amazing.
today.
That price is
You'll
really
be glad
amazing.
you did. You'll be glad you didn't wait till spring or summer to do it.
Our deals don't ever. It does not get lower than that. That's as low as we go all year long.
Okay, and then it's and if it's a bigger room than that, then there's a little incremental bump in that. I would
Sure,
assume.
absolutely, and I mean,
but it's not that bad.
Exactly.
Yeah. So today and tomorrow only, Zerorez. Jake said so.
Jake said so.
Jake said so. You could say that too. I mean, if you don't know who you're listening to right now, you could just say Jake said so.
I know you are, but what am I? No, that won't get you in.
It might. I mean, it's fine. Just call and say that. It's okay.
288-9376, which is 288-ZERO. Sometimes when we say that, we say call Zerorez at 801-2880, and I'm afraid people go 288 and then they hit 0.
Oh,
and they go, that's not enough numbers.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
This number could not be.
People don't do that, do they?
They might.
I'm sure somebody has.
Yeah. But it's 801-288-9376, 288-ZERO, Zerorez. And then I often say, the website is zerorez.com. Do they know how to spell that?
Zerorez. It's a palindrome, actually.
Yeah, it is indeed. Same forward and backward.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right, Jake. $28 a room, and that's carpet or tile.
Exactly.
All right.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks,
Jake.
guys.
Nice
Appreciate
to see
it.
you.
Have a good day.
Stay
busy.
I was when I meet Jake, I always go, he's a nice guy.
Well, yeah.
He's a nice guy.
All right.
See ya.
We'll take a break. We'll wrap things up after these. I got to tell you about Excel Automotive Repair.
Oh, I gotta line up my services today.
Okay. Okay. So would somebody get a hold of Excel Automotive Repair for Gina?
I'm serious. My emissions is due on the 31st, which is what 2 days?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You're
I got
doing
that.
this again?
I got that in the mail. I think mine is February. Yeah, mine's for February.
You do this all the time.
I know, but I know I can go see the guys at Excel Automotive Repair, and they'll help me.
But
with
everybody else who waited now.
It says here, are they still selling that car? Didn't they sell it?
Did they sell the Subaru?
I don't know.
They sell the Subaru?
I told
They
Dick
don't know.
Clark about it, and
They sell the car?
yeah.
I don't know. It's on here.
Well, let's tell them about it.
Okay, now I don't know if they still have at Excel Automotive Repair, if they still have the car for sale. A 2007 Subaru Outback. You might check, all-wheel drive, brand new engine, brand new clutch, 96,000 miles on it, and you know it's in good shape because Excel Automotive Repair took care of it. They were selling it for $74.99, $7,499. So if they still have it, check it out. Anyway, this is where we get our cars fixed, and you should too. Excel Automotive Repair, the corner of 33rd South and 3rd East. Excel Automotive Repair.
Here at X96. local. So that means you might bump into Carrie, Bill, or Gina at the grocery store. So if that happens, hey, ask for a selfie with them.
All right.
We have a video up.
Yeah.
So we went to lunch the other day.
To the Sizzler.
We went to the Sizzler for their steak and endless salad bar for just $9.99 Sizzler.
That was a special they were running at the time.
No.
Are they still running it?
Yes. Wasatch Front.
Okay, they're still running it.
Let me try this again. Featuring steak and endless salad bar for just $9.99 at Sizzler, 9 Wasatch Front locations to serve you.
Okay, they're still running it. They were running it at the time. They're still running it.
Yes.
I said they were running it at the time. No. Yes. It was all you simply needed to say. Yes, and they still are. Not no. The hell.
I really wish you'd get some sleep.
Me? What?
I mean, your response is a little.
Well, yes, I was. That did make me a little angrier than it should have.
Yes, it should have.
But you see what I mean?
I understand. You just a little.
I was a little.
A little much.
I am very tired. You're right.
Let's try this again.
All right.
But I love this. That was great fun.
Let's try this again.
All right.
Okay.
We went to Sizzler the other day for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
We had a delicious lunch at Sizzler, and they're featuring their steak and endless salad bar for just $9.99. They have 9 Wasatch Front locations to serve you, but we went to the Sugar House location.
Yeah, they were running that $9.99 special at the time.
We got the steak and the salad bar. I got a New York strip.
Mm-hmm. They're still running that special, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went above it and got the ribeye because I like a ribeye.
Yeah.
But you should go to our Facebook page, and we've posted a little video of our experience there.
And we were very friendly with one another while we were having lunch. Now I've always liked the Sizzler salad bar a lot.
You were sad when this one closed on 4th South.
Yeah.
Because it was close to your house. Now,
Yep.
Well, you just drive a little bit
Sugar
further.
House isn't that far.
It's only a few blocks more.
Now a lot of the Sizzlers have wine and or beer. The one in Sugar House does not because it's on park property. It's on Sugar House Park property.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure the one in Bountiful, I'm pretty sure I've had wine there.
And that's the first time I've had soft serve in a long time on the dessert bar. The ice cream.
It was.
There was vanilla and orange.
Orange flavor.
Or you could do the twist.
And I did the twist.
Yeah.
I hadn't had soft serve in a long time. I forgot how good it was.
And it's they call it a salad bar, endless salad bar, but it's soup,
tacos,
and lots of salad,
and kind of a burrito bowl kind of thing. Where you can eat the bowl.
Yep.
But the
Good
steak,
place to take your family.
But the steak was really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the ribeye was excellent.
Yeah.
I like the little wood stick they put in your steak to tell you, make sure this one's done the way you want it to be done. Because then you have this toothpick that tastes like steak.
What?
Because
it's not a toothpick.
I used it as one.
Well, then you got big gaps in your teeth.
It tastes.
They have toothpicks there too.
No, I like the one that's been in the steak.
And Guy in the chat room, steak for lunch, limo libs at work.
No, it's $9.99.
No, it's $9.99.
Yeah, and I mean even if you don't get the special, like Carrie and I had the ribeye.
Mm-hmm. And to be honest,
it was the ribeye and salad bar combo. I think is like $22.
To be honest, that wasn't lunch. That was dinner. But we get up early, so we eat dinner at 4:00.
Yeah, it was 4.
So it was dinner.
Yep. I go for the early bird special whenever I can. So, where's the video?
The video's on our Facebook page? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So go to our Facebook page and you can see us.
If you want to watch us eat.
There's that one guy at 6 a.m. who doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't care for that.
He doesn't care for that, so he won't be watching. No. But... All right, are we good?
I don't know.
I gotta sleep.
Let's do the promo and then.
Oh, let me get it.
We can get out of here.
Okay.
On Wednesday's Radio from Hell show.
Let's get right to it, shall we? We need your lists of things that must go.
We'll have interviews that we did from Park City, but you need to send us your must-go list right now.
Send them to radiofromhell@x96.com and put must go in the subject line.
There. That's Wednesday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
All right. Okay, good enough. We'll see you tomorrow. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Blame it on radio.
Corey is next.
1 hour nonstop music wing ding starts now. X96.